I'm here. Hold on. Let me put the mic in my face. I'm like, I'm here. I was just making sure I set up with everything first before I forget. I'm here, though. You know what I'm saying? We're going to move you to the side. It sure do be getting in the way. I ain't going to even lie to y'all. All right, I'm here. Boom. Boom, I'm here, yo. I'm here. It's about to go down one more again. What's up, Queen Common Sense? Sean, Jade. Fourth just got in the car, clocking out. That's what's up, Jade. I'm using a different program, so not to come on the screen, but I'll give out my phone number so people can call in and they can and talk and give their commentary if they want to call in. Salute, or maybe I can do a Zoom if you want to get on Zoom. Omega Red says salute. I hope you're not insinuating that the Cosby case and CTG are the same, because they're absolutely not. I don't understand the way you guys talk. I try to understand, like, you see the title. I don't do clickbait, so I am about to insinuate that. I would hope that if you think I'm about to insinuate something, then you would want to hear me instead of telling me to shut down my entire live before I said one word. I don't understand people, bruh. Or if you want to go ahead and rebuttal something before I say it, you're more than welcome to type your comment about something you assume I'm going to say before it comes out of my mouth. It's up to you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Heard you, brother. Salute. What's up, Mr. J? Normally, y'all know before I go in on any topic, I'll play like a song or music. I figure I'll do something different this time. So instead of playing a song or music or whatever, I'm going to play a scene from a movie I wrote and directed. So this scene I'm going to play here first. This is someone wanted me to make a film about a rapper, and I did not want to make a film about a rapper until I started seeing a lot of rappers dying from overdosing on drugs. And then I said, okay, I'll do it at that point. So this is a film about the last 24 hours in a rapper's life. This big star rapper, he comes back to Atlanta, Georgia. He's doing an interview at the big radio station in the morning. And he looks at his Instagram and he sees that the mother of his son has typed on his Instagram that he's back in town, but he is not taking care of his child. So he leaves the interview at the radio station and he goes to his the mother of his child's house to confront her, to tell her to not leave stuff publicly because that can mess up his image. And this is where I'm going to start the scene for you guys to check out. Let's see. Here it is right here.
Hey man, we need to talk.
Your day, man. Clean's manager.
Yeah. You managed to get him in this shit. Get him off my porch. What?
Can't be posting on the gram home, come take care of my son. Shit ain't the same no more. I mean, they talked about that shit on the Breakfast Club before I even made it over here, and then mixing that shit in with the drugs.
Look, I'm so sorry. Won't happen again.
All right, then.
Exactly as I thought.
Yeah, what? No.
You. It's always about you. You came over here to make sure that you were okay. And then get mad why? Because I post that you don't take care of your son? I mean, it never once occurred to you that while you're here, you can just go inside and see him for a change? A damn door is separating him from the man he's always crying to see. But what does Brandon Colleen Gibbs do? He walks away from the door.
I got shit to do.
You always got shit to do, Clean.
You know I just walked out of a two-ways interview for
Please,
this shit and you
miss me with that. Do you remember Brandon? Mr. Clean? The old Brandon? The one that never carried himself into this. You know what? Take this. Leave.
What is this?
Your will. You never signed it last time you were here.
And you give me this shit now? I swear all bitches want is
Bitch!
fuck
You
money.
know what? If that was the case, your ass would be on child support. I have never asked you for nothing but to be here for little Brandon. But the way you living, look, it's up to you. It was your idea to make a will. And then you brought it over here talking about how you care and crying all of this. But look, don't sign it. I don't need your money.
Yeah, but it's a difference between not being around and not being around.
I have yet to see a single person put a gun to your head and force you not to be around.
Delete that shit, Keish.
Betty.
Hey, yo, hold on.
This is where you wanna be, but you're losing it.
That's jacked up every time I see that. Cause Buddy, if you didn't get the end of the scene, he went back to take a picture on the front porch so he can post it on Instagram and make it look like he did go spend time with his son when he never even went inside of the house, which is so jacked up. But yeah, I just want to do something different. Normally I play a song I did. I always try to show y'all just different things I've done in my life. So I want to play a scene from a movie that I wrote and directed. So boom, there you go. You got a little scene here. Some guy, and I want to explain this to my mods. That guy named Greg said clickbait title, so I'm out of here. Don't delete that. If someone wants to be an idiot, let them be an idiot, because I have never in my life posted a title that I'm not going to break down and go directly into. I've never done that. So let that comment stay up there. Don't delete that comment. Let him look like an idiot for jumping to somebody channel and running before anything just got started. I mean, I literally just went live. So don't delete stuff like that. Hold on, y'all. Let me check my phone. I got one person telling me that I'm wrong on my argument before I even make an argument. And then I got another person telling me I'm doing clickbait title. Jeez. How did you guys feel when you heard the news today that Bill Cosby was released from prison? What did you guys think before he went to prison? Put it in the comment section. Did you think that he was innocent or did you think that he was guilty? What was your initial reaction when you heard the news today? I was live on another channel when I found out what happened with Bill Cosby today. Cheryl said, nice film. Thank you, Cheryl Powell. Appreciate that. Polanco said that they were happy. 2 trolls, 3 trolls, all trolls will be trolls. Y'all know the troll rule in here. We're going to talk about our serious topic first, and then we'll have fun with whatever troll come over. All right. Guilty, and I was expecting his release. So happy those women were scheming. I think he did some bad things, but shouldn't necessarily be in prison. Elaborate on that for me, Shiva. I think Bill Cosby is guilty. And you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to tell you why I think he was guilty. My reactions, no feelings, actually. He was done cold, straight up, though. Guilty or not, unjustly convicted. I do agree with Candy. I do agree with Candy because this is the conversation. We got to figure out what we're trying to have here. Are we trying to have a conversation to here today on actual laws? Or are we going to have a conversation today on morals? What are we doing today? We going to do both? How y'all trying to do this today? The truth lady says, I know he's guilty. The trial was kind of shaky, so I don't know if he did it or not. I don't know, and that's a key word, no. I can tell you what I think. Let me tell you why I think this. What do I do on my channel? Even if I have evidence, even if I know what someone else is saying, like, I rarely use Jessica Reed's words because someone can say that Jessica Reed is lying. Whose words do I use against Charlamagne the God on my channel? Who is the main person that made Charlamagne the God look that we talk about on this channel? I believe he was drugging women. He even said it during his deposition. Prostitute was illegal. Me and Carla on the same. Me and Carla on the same thing. The worst person for Charlamagne the God is Charlamagne the God, and his own words on two different occasions dealing with sleeping with women under the influence. Two separate occasions for Charlamagne, and we're not even talking about Jessica Reed. We're talking about when he first started dating his wife in high school when she was 16 years old, and he waited a year. So she must have been what, as we always say on the channel, either still 16 years old or 17 years old, and he was 3 years older, which would have made him 19 years old or 20 years old. So either way, he took a 16 or 17-year-old girl to his mom's house that was heavily intoxicated, and he put his penis inside of her, not knowing if she was too drunk to give consent. I will stand behind what I just said under any attorney sending me anything, because that's what the man said. He said he was confused. He didn't know how heavily she was drinking, to the point that he had to ask her, and she said, in hindsight, you did do the R word to me. So I stand behind that. That is one shaky scenario with Charlamagne the God. The second shaky scenario with Charlamagne the God is him admitting that he put Spanish fly in his and another girl's drink, to which he said this was a different kind of Spanish fly. But putting this, that he want us to know he put something in those drinks. We didn't say this. We didn't look this up. We didn't research this. Charlamagne made it a point for the public to know that he did this and that they drunk this and that she blacked out. His words, not mine. And he had sexual intercourse with her. The same thing that happened to his 16 or 17-year-old girlfriend who later became his wife. She woke up and then she asked, did they do anything? She blacked out. She didn't know. And he also let his cousin see him. Those are two shaky scenarios. But the key thing in those shaky scenarios is that we know this information because it came directly from Charlamagne the God. Now we have Bill Cosby here, who has two shaky scenarios. The shaky scenarios is in Bill Cosby's deposition during the civil trial when they asked him, did he buy the Spanish fly in hopes that they take it so he can sleep with these women? Now, if you want to play the second thing, messes him up on the first thing. The second shaky situation is him on a talk show host telling the talk show host how he put Spanish fly in women's drink. We talking about the Quaalude kind. And matter of fact, let me make sure I got my words correct. In the first scenario that Bill Cosby said by himself, his own words, nobody else, he said he bought the Quaaludes. He didn't say Spanish fly. He said Quaaludes. We talking the real deal stuff here. We talking Leonardo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street having to walk on his belly backwards and open the car door with his feet. That's what a Quaalude would do to you. A Quaalude was so powerful that they made it illegal in our country when it used to be a prescription drug. It is now heavily illegal. Bill Cosby said he bought Quaaludes that he's going to give to women in hopes to sleep with them. That's his words. That's nobody else's words. That's his. Then he goes on a talk show host and says what the Quaaludes do to women, how you slip it inside of the drink. Charlamagne the God has two shaky scenarios about sleeping with women who he can't, one blacked out, one he can't even say if she could consent or not. Bill Cosby has two separate incidences where he's talking about his plans to put Quaaludes in women's drinks to sleep with them. That's the exact same. I'm not looking at no woman testimony that a woman lying on him. I'm looking at these guys and the words that come out of their mouth. Hello. The higher you get, the more secrets you have to keep in the simulation. Yes. He liked college girls. Cosby did say he put something in someone's drink. Was that the event he was being charged for? If so, he got to go. If they used something he admitted to on situations to say, he did say something else. Because Bill Cosby is the exact same as Charlamagne the God. Now, I want to hear this woman who came on here, who told me I was wrong before I opened my mouth. So far, I say two men out of their own mouths with two separate shaky situations about when their intent to sleep with a woman about how coherent the woman is when they sleep with him. What are their plans? Charlamagne said, I can sleep with her. It didn't matter if she was blacked out because earlier we had made plans that we was going to sleep together anyway. Bill Cosby on the deposition is saying, yeah, I bought the Quaaludes to put inside of a drink so I could sleep with her. This is the same. I'm waiting for the lady who tried to argue against me before I open my mouth. Let me scroll back up because I want to make sure I remember her name. Because I'm not even done saying the similarities. Miss Davis. Miss Davis says she totally disagree. All right, I think the sky is purple. I think it's orange. I think we live on Jupiter. I think I'm white. I can think a whole bunch of crazy stuff. It ain't what you think, it's what you can show, what you can prove. To have a conversation, you need to say why you feel the way that you feel. I'd be interested to see why you feel the way you feel in relation to the words I said, not in relation to something else, into the words that I said. Also, too, because these guys are the same, both of these guys were offered a deal. As disgusting as I think Charlamagne the God is, I don't think that Charlamagne the God can be arrested because of his deal. The government has to stick with that deal. So the same thing has to happen for Bill Cosby, who was offered a deal. It does not matter that there's a new prosecutor involved. The deal came from the government. If the government say this, you have to stay strong on this. So he should have never went to prison. Now, morally, I think he should have went to prison because I believe by his own words and how he brags and talk about it. He talks about it. He sounds just like Charlamagne the God to me. I'm still waiting for Miss Davis to type. I think it's crazy that they're talking about trips to Mars and we can't even go to the moon again. When I was in college, Quaaludes were the preferred date or drug. Exactly. Especially if we talking about the 70s. Miss Davis, you can call. I'll never use this phone number. So text me now. Little number I downloaded. You can call 530-771-9097. I say that I'm listening to the words of two men out of their own mouths. And I would like to ask Ms. Davis, and I would like to ask anyone else, is this standard normal behavior that you expect to hear from grown men when it comes to how coherent a woman can be? Yeah, it was 530. On my channel, I have been consistent on every video on all the topics that we talk about. What do I always say? On my channel, if you've never been here before, I always say it is important the climate we create out here to prevent young black males and young black people to follow and make horrible mistakes based upon the climate the older people create. Bill Cosby is out here publicly saying how it's cool to slip something in a woman's drink to sleep with them without their knowledge, without their knowing. I don't know how anybody can take up for that. That ain't something I want my son to hear and think that that shit is cool. I don't want my son to see somebody who did so much for our historical black colleges to be on a deposition saying that he bought Quaaludes with the intent to do this. These are some shaky statements coming out of one person's mouth. I'm not even going into the testimony of the women. Just like I don't never use what Jessica Reed said. What Jessica Reed said is icing on the cake. It's what Charlamagne the God said. Bill Cosby was taught that by Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. When you think he learned, where you think he learned it from, I don't give a fuck. That sounds crazy to me that you can point that someone has this disgusting behavior and then you segue it by saying, where do you think he got it from? I don't give a fuck where he got it from. You know what I'm saying? Frank Sinatra was never in a position to how they can affect the lives. He can affect the lives of young black men who looked up to him, and the power he had over people that he worked with. Bill Cosby broke my heart. In today's culture, I would agree that that's sinister. Charlamagne told her mother, "I will take care of your daughter. You can trust me." He takes the girl to a party and gives her alcohol. He then says he left the party and then she got R. He's lying. I think so, based upon how he feels and on the words that Charlamagne has said. But I don't see, if this is how Bill Cosby think, if this is how Bill Cosby was thinking, you guys are surprised that women came out and said that they were drugged? I'm not talking about what women said. I'm talking about what the words this man put out here. These guys both felt comfortable. These guys both felt untouchable in nice situations. Charlamagne the God felt he was in a situation due to Double Jeopardy that he could just talk about stuff like this and just think this shit is funny. Bill Cosby thought he was the king of the world. Executive producer on multiple shows. He thought he was the king of the world. His contracts he had with NBC, that he can go on a live talk show and he can just sit there in front of millions of people, smile, sit back and relax and say how cool it is to drug a woman with Quaaludes. We want black heroes so much that we settle. I don't want that in my black hero. I don't want that on my black hero's notch. Awesome and all this other stuff you did, but damn, bro. You doing the Jello pudding pop face, the putting Quaaludes in women's drinks? Where am I wrong in my title? I'm still waiting. I saw Miss Davis say I was wrong before I opened my mouth. I saw Miss Davis after I said this said that I'm still here. I don't see Miss Davis anymore. Miss Davis didn't call my line. Miss Davis ain't said nothing in the chat. I'm waiting to have a discussion on how am I wrong. Don't hurt your own culture by liking something so much that you have the inability to see the flaw, especially if a flaw is sitting right in front of your face. Put me on any deposition and I will never say I had any intentions of putting anything inside of a woman's drink. I will say I will never have any intentions of drugging somebody. Civil deposition or me taking a stand in a criminal trial, it will never happen because I don't live my life that way. Where am I wrong? Or am I just hurting your feelings because you guys really looked up to somebody? You guys see a system out there, and you're right. There is a system out there that they try to harm and make black men look really, really bad. They try to tear down our heroes. What did we talk about yesterday? We talked about two things can be right at the same time. We talked about how a liberal can sit there and say that it's not fair and black people aren't being treated fair, and how a conservative can be like, yo, stop making excuses, get off your ass and do something. Both of those can be right at the same time. The world ain't fair, but get up and do the best you motherfucking can. Don't worry about what ain't fair. You got to work through the shit that's unfair to get what you got. They both can exist. Both of these can exist at the same time. You can't try to make something a reality that's not a fucking reality. Your man Bill Cosby said this shit out of his own mouth. They do want to tear down our black heroes. Because they do, should we want to make sure that the black heroes we put on the pedestal are really clean? Don't want to do disgusting shit like have a lady lay there like a fucking dead dummy on a bed while you violate their body. Where am I wrong? I keep asking for backs. I'm asking for conversation. Ain't nobody telling me conversation. Where am I wrong? Where am I wrong? You personalizing this, dissect it, and you will become to the same conclusions, but emotions ruin this because it was a massive flex by Hollywood. I don't know what that means, nor son, and I rock with you heavy. I don't know what that comment means. Nobody can be really clean. listen to the words that come out of y'all mouth. You hurt your own community when you do this bullshit. Polanco said, but nobody can really be clean to make a change. Why would you say some generic bullshit like that when detailed shit is sitting in your face? Fuck that generic sentence you're saying. I'm saying detailed shit. Fuck being clean or not clean. Somebody is bragging on national television about drugging women. Let's stick with the details. There's a difference between not being clean and you, I don't know, you wake up in the middle of the night and you got a little side chick on the side and you're messing around on your wife. That's your personal business. You ain't clean in that situation, but I don't give a fuck. But there's a world of difference between not being clean in that situation and not being clean and you out here bragging about drugging women on Quaaludes. You're giving testimony inside of a deposition of the same exact thing. And then you come out here and take up for motherfuckers that violate people's body by making a generic statement by saying, hey man, everybody ain't clean. Why would you do that? This need that I'm not going to let the white man win by tearing down all of my heroes. Make sure it's the motherfucking hero to really fight for. Don't just settle for anybody. You should not have to settle for a man that thinks this is cool. His words. I'm not talking about what women were saying about him. I'm talking about his words. These his words. These are Bill Cosby's words. Once I hear shit like that, I stay consistent. Are you consistent? I stay consistent. I see people do this kind of foul fucking action where they act like it's fucking too hard to comprehend when you can put your penis inside of a woman in relation to how coherent she is. You see me acting the same on any video. Are you acting the same? Do you need to call yourself out? I don't care about agreeing to disagree. I care about people saying details. That means nothing to me when you say we do agree to disagree. I care about conversation. I care about dialogue. Jessica Reed's story is consistent throughout her traumatic experience. Charlamagne basically admitted it. Cosby, along with mangas, promoters, networkers, proved he wasn't even in the same town as those women. Bill Cosby has a deposition saying what his intent was. Bill Cosby also is on TV saying, and I guess that's what we come to, the different conclusions of my videos are always about the community. My videos are always about the youth. My videos are always about the climate. It is the climate that Charlamagne has created by thinking that it's cool. This ain't a big deal, depending on how a girl or woman is blacked out when you put your penis inside of her. Bill Cosby did the same thing. This is cool. This is no big deal. This is nothing to worry about. So tell me, how am I wrong? Tell me, how does Charlamagne create this negative climate, but Bill Cosby doesn't, when both of them are saying the same thing? Can you tell me that? What do you disagree with me about on that? Here go another black person that's about to make the black community look bad by making an excuse for Bill Cosby. DOA V 2.0 says, I brought the details. It's the timeline of these so-called druggings. The 60s and the 70s was drugs, partying, and sex, and everybody wanted to be included. A fucking generic statement right there that don't say anything about a man saying his clear intent is to sneak a Quaalude inside of a woman's drink without her knowledge in order to sleep with her. Acting it out, demonstrating it. What does that have to do with your generic statement about the 70s and 60s? we talk a lot about how, like, you know, we got to police our own community. We talk a lot of bullshit. Like, what we got to do first, we on the front line. We can't rely on no other community. We can't rely on no other race to do this right here. Got to be black people for black people. But then we go out here and make dumb excuses because we look up to somebody, and we don't hold people to the same accountability. All I'm doing on my channel is holding people to the exact same accountability. So far, I got somebody saying that's how the 60s and 70s were. Sometime I got so far I got somebody saying a generic statement that do you think this is going to affect the outcome of the Weinstein trial? I fucking don't know. Again, what woman goes to a married man's hotel though? Yeah, let's victim blame. Let's get this guy saying he wants to put drugs and Quaaludes, strongest shit ever in women's shit, and let's just victim blame. That's another generic statement. You follow the generic statement with another generic statement, Jaquel. I think you have a fucking problem. And I'll go into detail. You said that's not a generic statement at all. That's just classic common sense. Common sense is subjective, my friend. It's subjective. But even with it being subjective, wouldn't you want to follow that up with another statement instead of leaving something that arbitrary out there like that? What am I supposed to do with your statement like that? You said a generic statement the first time. Let's take your statement as true. I'll show you how dangerous your statements are, Jaquel, since you keep saying generic shit. You said again, what woman goes to a known married man's hotel, though? That's your statement. So with your statement, that means that every woman on earth that went to a married man's hotel automatically can't be raped. It is impossible. She can't go there. She can't change her mind. She can't do nothing. Now, I'm going to be very clear into this. I'm teaching you how you're only saying generic statements. Don't try to trick me into defending a position I don't believe in if you want me to defend the position of one of the victims of Bill Cosby. Because my video is saying that they're the same, because these are both men who put out double statements where they feel that it's okay to sleep with a woman when they're drugged or they're heavily under the influence. That's my statement, not on somebody going to a hotel. So I'm not defending those detailed actions. I'm just showing you how you say generic statements. I would never say something that will automatically mean that someone is bad by going to a situation. Do you know that how do you know how detailed consent is, Jaquel? Do you know consent goes all the way down that a woman can plan to sleep with you the entire night and then she has the right to change her mind whenever she wants to? You can be cock hard, blue ball, full to the motherfucking brim. She can change her mind. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself. I'm just telling you now. If you make excuses to try to make someone look clean, and I taught y'all this on my channel, when people don't want to deal with the details, ain't one statement in my entire chat talking about what I said about this man having two separate statements. Morality. Ain't one defending that. They're sidestepping it, they're talking around it, and they're victim blaming. But ain't one statement in that entire chat dealing with what I said. Fuck Bill Cosby, man. Fuck. You know why I say fuck Bill Cosby? Because Bill Cosby is doing an infraction that I don't agree with. Anybody that does that infraction, I keep the same energy. I don't switch my energy based upon a person. Once Charlamagne the God said statements such as, there's no way that I did the R word to this woman because we had already planned to sleep together anyway. So it didn't matter if she was blacked out. Once I know a statement like that, how much that can harm young black men if they believe that to be the cool thing, if they believe that to be true, it's fuck Charlamagne because he did an infraction, not because he's Charlamagne the person. He did an infraction and he's in a position of power. Bill Cosby go on the show and tell people how cool it is to fucking drug women with Quaaludes. That's the same infraction. Fuck Bill Cosby. You gotta keep that same energy if you want to have your clean community, or you wonder how people get in this position of power in the black community and you find all these scams and fucked up shit going on because you make excuses for people who you want to be your leader. And I understand where the energy is coming from. The energy frustrates me as well too. It frustrates me when I see them and I know that they want to tear down our leaders. But damn, what if because they want to tear down our leaders, we choose people who are morally corrupt and they go do some really dirty, disgusting shit to people, and they know they can hide and just say, I'm black, and they just trying to tear me down because I'm black. They're just trying to tear me down because I'm black. Here's another big generic statement. All the generic statements keep coming from the same people. Here is DOA V2.0 again. Listen to how generic this shit is. It almost he's talking in circles. He said, with all due respect, it's wonderful that your morality is so high, but that morality can be manipulated upon the next thing you know, your morality as low as what they say they wanted it to be. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? That don't even make any sense, and it's too generic. DOAV 2.0. Bill Cosby went on a show in front of millions of people and he laughed and he bragged about slipping Quaaludes without a woman's knowledge into their drinks. How do you feel about that statement? Fuck all this generic talk you talking about. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about somebody we looked up to as one of the greatest fucking character fathers in our black culture of all time? Went on television and said this. How do you feel about him going and saying something similar in a deposition on a serious case, on a serious civil trial? How do you feel about that? I don't even know what the fuck you talking about, bruh. How do you feel about that? Somebody being drugged is a crime, and for sex is a double crime. That's rape. God. Prosecutors should have done a better job presenting this case, period. Now I've been talking morally. I've been talking about trying to make sure in our young guys, and I want y'all to combine these things when it comes to our young men, our young black men in our community. Combine that even when their parents tell the young guys to sit on the couch, I want you to watch what we grew up watching. They see this wholesome ass guy, and then they go and see this wholesome ass guy making these statements about putting Quaaludes in women drink. Combined to when this young kid leave from watching his television show with his parent, then he go and turn on the radio. He turn on 105.1 The Breakfast Club, and he see this hip cool DJ out here telling people, yeah man, she blacked out, and I let my cousin see her naked when she blacked out. When she woke up the next morning, I had to tell her we did something. Combine it. Because that's a community. A community isn't this one incident and that one incident. It's a community. Combine this stuff. Combine it. Who said somebody committed the criminal activity? You're not finna put words in my mouth. Would you like for me to play the clip that he said on Larry King? You want to hear the question that they asked him to where he responded yes to in the deposition? How about I do both of those things, and then you tell me, would you allow your daughter to go to a man's house who did these two separate things if he wasn't Bill Cosby? Some random old 60-something-year-old guy. We're going to let your little girl stay at his house after he said these things. He's not no famous guy. He's just a regular dude from the street. He's a janitor. Did you leave your daughter at his house? Oh, welcome to the Real Live. So, leaving morally, let's move into to criminally, since they're both the same. They both cut deals. If you honor Charlamagne the God deal, you got to honor Bill Cosby deal. And due to this, Bill Cosby should not be in prison. Legally is different from morally. And the most disgusting thing about our country is It's very important for Bill Cosby to get out of prison. He needs to get out of prison because you have to wonder if someone can renege on a signed deal that you cut with the government. If they renege on one deal, they're gonna start reneging on who else could they renege on? What if we move to innocent people? That's the slippery slope you have with these situations. So I don't believe that Bill Cosby should be in prison on a legal, you know what I'm saying? On a legal standpoint, I don't believe that Bill Cosby. If you cut this man a deal, I don't give a fuck how many new prosecutors you get in there. Bill Cosby should be out of prison. I still don't gotta like him. Charlamagne the God not in prison. I don't like him. I don't have to change my morals. Deontay, shout out to my man Deontay. Lots of people say it's about Clinton. LOL, nothing is done about it because he's the Clintons. They both should have been locked up a long time ago. Where did Bill Cosby admit to giving drugs without their knowledge and document? He didn't admit to drugging them. I don't know who these people think they're playing with. They try to put you to a side and attack you from this side. I never on this entire live said in a deposition that Bill Cosby admitted to criminal activity. We can look at the Larry King thing. And I'm being iffy because yesterday we went live for 2.5 hours and I played one Drake song and it crushed my whole darn thing. All right. And then I got to worry about, hold on. Worry about this ish. I'm gonna be mad as hell if I kill my live because of this.
Panel, a fascinating interview we found from 1991. Bill Cosby was on CNN promoting a book. He tells an interesting story. Take a look.
Spanish fly was the thing that all boys from age 11 on up to death, we will still be searching for Spanish fly.
That's right.
And what was the old story was if you took a little drop, no, it was on the head of a pin.
Right.
And
Drop
you put
it in
a
Coca-Cola.
drink.
Don't matter.
It doesn't make it, and the girl would drink it, and
she's yours.
Hello, America.
I'm not muted. My disconnect, and I'm confused on how people can like me on one part of it and then disagree with me on the other part. My disconnect is when you create a climate. The climate you create of what is cool is of the absolute most importance. You create a climate like that clip we just saw, when you want to put that inside of a girl's drink. I want to find his deposition, but I just don't want to show CNN because I know CNN is going to flag my channel. But CNN showed that today where they read directly from the transcript, or if someone knows that it's on somebody else's channel, when you create a climate like that, I don't understand how people can take up for that. I just don't get how people can take up for that. There's no difference between you saying that that's cool and the needle of the head you put into a girl's drink. How about we create a climate where we not buying Spanish fly like Charlamagne the God did for another girl? Or we not taking needle points and slipping in and Quaaludes and shit inside people's drinks? How about we just leave women drinks alone? How about we create that climate? I just don't fucking get it. What about the playmate that overdosed with Cosby at the Playboy Mansion? Thanks for the comments, John. Back in the day, women was putting it in a man's drink. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. So now you just saying shit. Can you show me where you get this information from? That women were putting Quaaludes in men's drinks? Can you show me? Bill said this on live TV like it was okay. According to the black community, it is okay. According to the black community, it's okay what Bill Cosby just said because they're taking up for it, right? Y'all telling me to look all this stuff up. Sean, look up Bill Cosby confession. I'm trying not to play stuff because a lot of work yesterday for that. Just ABC News, man. That's CNN. That's CBS. Who is this? It's PBS Hour.
Closer look at those new.
All right, let's look at this right here. I'm finna slap y'all in the motherfucking head. Y'all mess up my lives. Samuel, here's a thought. Do you think CTG heard about using the Spanish fly and other things in drinks from Bill Cosby? Samuel, we got to find out. When did Charlamagne the God make that clip? Was it when Bill Cosby was going through all of this stuff? When did he make the Spanish fly? Because here's the thing I never said on my channel, y'all. I know about the little stuff in stores. It's the little fake shit they say that makes you more sexual. I went through the time period in the late 90s where you go to the little Chinese store, buy you a bag of chips, and they got the little root shit in there supposed to make your dick hard and all that stuff. But it was never called Spanish fly. I ain't never heard. Only Spanish fly I ever knew was Quaaludes. I ain't never heard nothing in the little convenience store called Spanish fly. I haven't, but that's me. It could be, all that stuff inside those stores was fake. Probably some goddamn energy drink with caffeine or something inside of it. But the Spanish fly Bill Cosby them talking about, that's the real deal Quaaludes. That's the stuff that they was taking in Wolf of Wall Street. I can't have a conversation with you, DOAV 2.0. You like to say stuff without any kind of support and evidence. And anybody can say anything, so I can't have a conversation with you on that, my
Look
dude.
at those new.
Hold on. Deontay, these guys have somnophilia. It's a sexual fetish of having sex with women who are unconscious. It's really sickening. They get sexually aroused by a lifeless body. It makes them feel like a god. All the people who want us to win, want us to have heroes that's not torn down when we see it come, the people who feel that way, I agree with you. But just because I agree with you, that don't mean I'm not going to check these motherfuckers out here to make sure that they fit to represent the black community. I'm gonna still check them. I'm not going to give you a free pass because you fucking famous. If you say some weirdo shit like Bill Cosby just said, that's some weirdo shit. You know why? Because if I met a dude down the street and he said it still would have been some weirdo shit. It didn't matter who I meet. If you say some shit like that, I'm not rocking with it. So why would I rock with it just because Bill Cosby said it? What's wrong with being consistent in your moral beliefs?
New revelations in the Bill Cosby story. Documents were released yesterday that found the comedian admitted in court back in 2005 that he gave sedative-type drugs to women he wanted to have sex with. More than 24 women have accused Cosby of rape in cases that go back decades, and others have said they woke up after blacking out following use of drugs and alcohol. Cosby's alleged use of drugs has been central in some of those allegations. Jeffrey Brown picks up the story from there.
Cosby's own words came from.
I'm just trying to break this up because I swear, bro, if this live go over and I get a strike from PBS, John, I'm not mad at your beliefs and of your convictions of what we just disagree with at the point. I just would like to have a conversation with you, and I can't because you keep saying generic stuff. That's all. It's not. I will never in my life get mad at somebody that disagree with me. I just would feel that if you say a claim, you would come back to try to back that up. I have a claim, which is the title of my video, which I come in here to back up and show things to let you know why I feel the way I feel. I ask you the same way. I put a number up where you can call in or you can type it on the side, but y'all keep saying generic stuff. That's where some of the frustration part comes in at. But I love when people disagree with me because it's an opportunity for me to learn. I can't learn shit with you saying generic claims anybody can say. I can say the sky's fucking black dark at noon. I can. Any human being can say whatever they want to say. Can you tell me why you feel the way? You don't need to have evidence. So it may not be evidence to make you feel the way you feel, but it could be other supporting statement or thing that sway you to this. But if you don't say this shit, how and that's what I try to teach on my channel, how we can have conversations with each other. We can't have conversations based off claims. Let me scroll back up, man. Here's a generic thing. He says, I can tell you, which is an assertion, I can tell you all of these drugs were in publications and you could order Spanish fly through the mail. Then again, I lived it, so I know it, believe it or not. Val Whittington. Thank you, Val. Val says, so happy to finally see someone separate the emotional, moral from the legal argument. I'm going to always be fair. I don't like Bill Cosby. I think he a fucking creep based upon his deposition, based upon what he did on Larry's show. That's nobody. If I didn't know those things, I'm like, yo, let me listen to the validity of what all these women are saying. I don't care how many women it is, because once you're famous, a lot of women can't come out against you. But that's what I'm saying. You can say it's Jessica Reed versus Charlamagne the God, but when Charlamagne the God start making other crazy ass fucking statements about other situations, that's gonna way more swag me to be like, I'm rocking with Jessica Reed, bro. This is weird dude. So I'm gonna feel that same way about Bill Cosby. But at the same time, no matter how I feel about him, no matter what I think about him, if they cut Bill Cosby a deal, they have to honor that deal. I would rather see them honor that deal than to mess up a whole system to where we reneging on people who are innocent or didn't do anything at all. You know, the ramifications of if you can do it to one person, you can do it to somebody else. I have a personal opinion about what I feel that Charlamagne the God did to Jessica Reed. Y'all notice how I've been slick. I ain't never said my personal opinion publicly. Because I don't want nobody to try to say I'm trying to bash their fucking name and no shit like that. But I'm entitled to my opinion. But I don't think that you should go back and try Charlamagne on Double Jeopardy because you cut him that deal. I think from his involvement in other things, because the state of South Carolina has no statute of limitations on things, there are other ways that you can go about to hold somebody accountable for the wrong that they have done to somebody. I'm going back up. The only reason his case was overturned was because after an agreement with a previous prosecutor prevented him from being charged in the case. Exactly, Tanisha. That's what we're talking about. If he got that deal, they got to honor it. That's exactly what we're talking about. They got to honor it. They got to let this creep go. But let me make sure I read everybody's stuff. What if he was putting 3 of them in their drinks? Shit, I heard you probably ain't gonna wake up. If the movie Wolf of Wall Street true, I think they took, 2 of those? I think he accidentally took 2. Well, why don't you use that new technology called Google and look it up your damn self? Because I'm telling you, and this is where this is why I say I try to teach people how to have a conversation. I go up to a person, we have a mature conversation. We learn about each other. He's saying stuff I agree with. He's saying stuff I disagree with. I simply ask this man to show me why he feel the way he feel. And his response to me asking him a simple question to show me why you feel the way you feel, his response is, why don't you use that new technology called Google and look it up your damn self? And we wonder why we can't talk to each other. That's your response for me asking you if you ask me why I feel the way I feel, I'm going to tell you and I'm going to show you why. It's not a challenge. It's just normal conversation, my dude. Well, who the fuck goes to have a conversation with somebody and tell them, pull out your phone and Google it, motherfucker? Are we taking calls? Yeah, the phone them have been out the whole time. The phone ain't wrong. I ain't got no missed calls or nothing. He joked about it in '68 too. Legal motion shows it was an improper trial. I think Bill Cosby should be out of prison legally. Morally, I think he's a disgusting creep, and due to some of his own words that he's put out here to the public, I don't trust him. Here's another generic statement that my man's came back and said, brother, I guess nobody you've known has been falsely accused of any crime, including rape. I have a real close friend who has been accused of something. So since you put another generic statement, could you tell me in detail why you say that? What specific statement that I led for you to believe that I don't think that anyone has been ever falsely accused of something? Could you let me know that information so we can have a conversation, or do I need to Google that as well? I don't think people understand what a generic statement is. Throw Theo Huxtable's ugly shirt at that like button. Out on technicalities, it worked how it worked. He's out, and that's that. What does that's mean? Are you saying because he's out of prison, we can't go on YouTube, we can't go live and discuss it and have a conversation? Are you telling all of us to shut the fuck up because he's out? If so, it seems that you get better results by you not turning on your computer, because only an idiot would think on the day that Bill Cosby is free, no one is going to go on the internet and talk about it. You have better success of you not turning on the internet than to try to tell the internet to shut the fuck up. Or is there another reason you're saying what that's mean? Damn, I didn't even get to read what this account said. You must have said something bad if they block you. Here's the conversation you're taking, the recollection of 5 women. All right, so here you go putting words in my mouth. This guy who has said nothing but generic statement by the name of DOAV 2.0 said that I'm taking the recollection of 5 women when my entire life, from the first fucking second I went live, I have not taken the position of any woman. I even battled Charlamagne on multiple positions without taking the what Jessica Reed said, because I feel it's more effective to use someone's words against them. So can you do me another favor? Can you show me what statement I said on this entire live to show you that I have taken the recollection of 5 women when I have not looked into anything those 5 women have said? I have not said one thing those 5 women have said. To me, to judge the character of Bill Cosby, I'm looking at the words out of Bill Cosby's own mouth. Why are you trying to put a fallacy on me and trying to get me to debate from an idea that I do not agree with? I don't know shit about these 5 women. So why would you say that? You said because you said he's a creep. So I'm going to say this slow so you can understand. I think Bill Cosby is a creep based upon the words out of Bill Cosby's own mouth. So can you explain to me how me looking at the words that Bill Cosby said out of his own mouth means that I'm taking the recollection of 5 women? Can you? This is where communication fails. When we get so frustrated, we put words in other people's mouth and try to attack them from it. Can you show me that? Mr. Oates, I'm a veteran, Mr. Oates. There are people that do this to other people. I have always said that. You can't troll a troll. I can get you here, and someone don't even got to give a fuck about Bill Cosby, about what's going on. They can see that people try to do this to them in their own life. And I can teach them how you can be calm and you can articulate and you can force people to stay on the subject. You can't troll somebody who's trying to teach other people. I would just use you as an example. I've always been open and said that about my channel. Are you trying to contact me, Daniel Murphy? Let me know if you're trying to contact me, Daniel Murphy.
From a deposition in a case brought in 2005 by an employee of Temple University. She'd accused Cosby of drugging and molesting her. That case was settled and the testimony sealed. until the judge released it yesterday to the Associated Press. There were immediate public repercussions and potential future legal consequences. We're joined by AP reporter Mary Claire Dale, who broke the story, and NPR's television and culture writer Eric Deggans. Mary Claire Dale, start first and remind us, if you would, a little bit about the case that this came from and the particulars of the deposition.
I don't care about nothing they saying. I don't care about if they say anything about what the victim was feeling. I don't care if they say anything about what the victim reported. I'm only playing this clip to see what Bill Cosby said out of his own mouth. That's the only thing I'm searching for in this clip.
Sure. This case dates back 10 years when a Temple University employee accused Cosby, as you said, of drugging and molesting her at his home where she had gone to a dinner seeking career advice. She worked for the basketball team and says that after dinner she took 3 pills from Cosby, which he said was herbal medication for stress. In his deposition, parts of which were unsealed yesterday, he said that the drug was Benadryl. Her lawyers don't believe that, and asked Cosby about other drugs and prescriptions he may have taken over the years, and he admitted.
All right, so I'm talking to y'all. I'm asking y'all questions. Are they saying that Bill Cosby admitted to saying that he gave him Benadryl? That shit put your ass right to sleep. I just want to be clear. Is that what they're saying? Talk to me, chat.
Drug was Benadryl. Her lawyers don't believe that. That after dinner, she took 3 pills from Cosby, which he said was herbal.
So he gave her 3 pills.
Medication for stress. In his deposition.
In his deposition, meaning his own words.
Parts of which were unsealed yesterday, he said that the drug was Benadryl. Her lawyers don't believe that, and asked Cosby about other drugs and prescriptions he may have taken over the years, and he admitted in the deposition that he had used Quaaludes and obtained them in the 70s for the purpose of using them to have sex with women.
But then
I sit proud that I'm a consistent individual, and maybe because I have 2 daughters, and I don't see a famous person once I start seeing creep shit. Bill Cosby is the same as a janitor in a high school to me. If they say shit like this, they're all the same. I don't care if you're famous. I don't care if you're a janitor. I don't care if you're a bus driver. I don't care if you're a teacher. I don't care if you're a doctor. I don't care if you're a lawyer. If I start hearing creep shit on one television show, the pin drop, oh, you put it in the woman drink. And then you see shit like this right here where he giving woman pills, and then he coming back and saying it's Benadryl, and then he's saying that he obtained Quaaludes for the purpose of having sex. I just creep shit. I don't care who does it. It's creep shit. Jade is an RN nurse, by the way, y'all. I can't pronounce that word, Jade. She said 375 milligrams of whatever that word is can absolutely mess you up. Spanish fly isn't a prescription drug.
he stopped short of saying that he did it without their consent, right? I mean, there's a point in the deposition where he gets asked that and his lawyer steps in.
This is why the lead attorney, if you see this, or I know the lead attorney is going to go live about this, and if y'all watch the lead attorney, could you ask the lead attorney this question, because I want a professional to ask this right here. I thought a deposition meant you have to answer questions. So I would like for the lead attorney to answer, like, what are the scenarios to where you can stop your client from answering a question in a deposition? If y'all go watch the lead attorney, ask him that question, because that's a very interesting one that only a professional can answer. I can't answer that. I don't never try to pretend I'm a professional or something.
Right, and that's the key point here. We really do only have small portions of the deposition. What happened was
the man ain't admit to shit. Y'all either have remedial comprehension or purposefully being obtuse. CBenJI007 said that. I swear to you, it's been real. I'm coming back to you, CBenJI007. I have no problem with your comment. I'm just reading other comments. Hold on. I swear to you, it's been real. Kwame and Carcino are the real news. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. Shout out to Kwame. Shout out to Carcino. Shout out to Gravity. Takeout. Gravity Takeout disagrees with me. He says that he don't feel that Bill Cosby did anything at all. He thinks that they're totally separate. I disagree with him, but that's my dude because that's the world we live in. Nobody gonna agree 100% of the time, and all you can do is present why you feel the way you feel. That's what I encourage. I encourage you to why you feel the way you feel. It's all about consent. Like I said, women willingly do drugs every day. Purposes of sleeping with women. Devil's advocate. Men buy clothes, shoes, cars, jewels for the same purposes to impress women so they can ultimately sleep with them. It is not the same. So the incredible, intelligent thing that Bill Cosby did to EJ, not only to my man EJ, who was a mod, but to CBenJI07, I kept calling you 007, I'm sorry, is the subjective portion of where he stopped. That's why it's important that I see more than one thing. The subjective portion when someone stops. Is this a one-time thing, somebody taking some out of context? But no, he goes on Larry King and he says something else. That's creep shit to me, my dude. That's how I feel the way I feel. It's creep shit to me. In both the Charlamagne statements, Charlamagne did the same thing Bill Cosby did. Well, he was a little bit more sloppier because Charlamagne actually admitted to rape. He just don't understand that he admitted to rape. Once he said that the girl was blacked out and he went ahead and had sex with her while she was blacked out. But the word and the language he was using, he was stopping short of like when he said with his wife, I don't know, she could have been. I think she was real drunk. So if his wife come back and be like, no, I threw it back. Who you think helped take the panties off? He stopped just short, but you still see that creep shit. We don't move like that. I don't want my young men in our country to move like that. I don't move like that. I don't move like that. This is some creep shit, bruh. I'm not slipping a woman no 3 Benadryls. My mom and my grandma only gave me Benadryl to make me go to sleep. That's what we use Benadryl for. Put your ass to bed. This is multiple occurrence of creep shit. I don't fuck with that. I've seen enough creepness from this dude. I'm not fucking with it. You may have to drop the link. I'm not using that program. I'm not using Streamlabs. Google says you can plead the fifth in the civil deposition. I like how Samuel did that. Thank you, Samuel. Man, what you do between you and your woman is between y'all as long as it's consensual. When is it consensual? None of your business. That's the problem. It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't. Your telephone app isn't working, says the caller. Who is the caller? Who says that they called me? Who said that they called me? Daniel Murphy. Daniel Murphy leave comments on here all the time. Oh, I hate this bullshit. Hold on, y'all. Daniel. Hold on, EJ. I thought CBenJI07 was cool, even though I disagreed with him. I thought it was cool. What did they say? If you think he did it or that is creep shit, that's fine. I don't personally, but I was just speaking to the narrative of he admitted to drugging and raping. Hey, nah, he cool. That's cool. That's cool, EJ. Let that rock. Let that rock. That's a cool statement. Matter of fact, to all the mods, even if they say some wild ass crazy shit the first time, Don't delete the comment, because remember, we're going to give them the opportunity to have the floor. They get 3 strikes. So just let that rock. Yo, Daniel, you here? Daniel. Yeah, I can hear you, man, but hold on. Yeah, Daniel is on the call. The issue we having is, I don't know why it's doing this lately. Maybe I need to probably gonna have to call back Daniel. When Daniel called, the screen is black. He's on the phone, but the screen is black. With the screen being black, I can't put it on speakerphone for y'all to hear. Hold on, Daniel. Daniel, hang up, and I'm gonna try to put this on another phone. See, and it goes right back to cutting on as soon as he hang up. So don't worry, your phone number went on the screen, Daniel. So no, I ain't dox you. But this got to be a flaw in the actual app, because it wasn't doing that before. It started doing that. It did that when Star called me one time. So I'm gonna try to fix that, because there's no way I can make the initial call from to put him on speakerphone. Anybody know why it would go black soon as somebody call you? Let me know. That's just weird. Man, you guys have the barbershop lit. It's been real on one side and Kwame on the other side, both live. This is some good stuff, bro. Oh, man, I didn't know he was live. I was trying to do it when I didn't think nobody was live, because I know the lead attorney like to go live late. I was like trying to get it in before that time. I got a Samsung that does that crap with the black screen. I usually press the button on the side, the power button, and light it back up. I tried that. It wasn't doing that before. The whole time when someone called me, the screen is lit. There's a crack on this screen on this phone, but I got like 10 phones. I probably just need to switch and put it on another phone. That's probably what I need to do. It's probably because I cracked the screen on this phone, but I literally got like 10 phones all around this office here. It's been real pissing me off sometimes, but you teaching me patience, bro. Thank you. No problem. I ask simple questions. I asked them like, yo, how am I'm keeping the same energy. Are you keeping the same energy? This is creep shit, bro. If it wasn't for Bill, and I get why people feel that way. People feel that way because they are right, man. They are trying to cut down our heroes. They are trying to cut down people that done great stuff in our community. I agree. I just think that two things can be right at the same time.
As Cosby's lawyers were objecting and interfering, according to the woman's lawyer, as she questioned.
All right, Murder, can you explain to me why they're not the same? For the umpteenth time, people come in and say claims, and they just want me to say, like, let me follow your conversation. I respect what you do, and I agree with all your lies, but Cosby and Charlamagne the God are not the same. The only thing I can say to your comment is, okay. You see how we can't go no further in that conversation because you didn't tell me why. I can either say, okay, I can be like, well, why you feel that way? I say that they're not the same because Charlamagne liked little girls and drugged them, not knowing Bill Cosby back in the day. These women knew what they were doing. All right, so that's so much. That's so loaded. All right, that's a very loaded, assumptive statement that you made, Murder Mommy. How do you know for a fact? And I want you to follow this up with anything. It don't have to be evidence. Evidence is a strong word. Just give me some supporting statement that makes you lean that way. I told you why I think Bill Cosby a creep. What makes you lean to say for 100% fact that these women knew what they were doing? What makes you say that Charlamagne 100% drugged little girls, but Bill Cosby didn't drug them? Both these men have admitted that they have put a substance in a drink. Even Bill Cosby in the situation, he admitted to giving a girl pills. We can't prove what those pills were. When asked, he said Benadryl. Do you know what happens if you give somebody 3 Benadryl pills? We don't even know if it's true. I really don't know for a fact. It's only what I've heard and looked up. What have you heard and looked up that these women knew for a fact what they were doing? Where can I start my research to find out for 100% fact these women knew exactly what they were doing? I'm just asking questions. I'm trying to understand why y'all feel the way y'all feel.
Cosby. So she stopped the proceeding and went to court and asked the judge to compel him and his legal team to cooperate. And that's called the motion to compel. That, along with a sanctions motion she filed, is what the judge unsealed yesterday. So again, we see some excerpts, but oftentimes we see the question that was asked, such as, did the women knowingly take these drugs? Cosby didn't answer. I believe he didn't answer that question entirely, and he did not say how many women he would have given the Quaaludes to.
And one more.
Are we all clear on how powerful Quaaludes are? Right? I don't know what people know. Are we all clear? Are we all clear how powerful Quaaludes are? In all fairness, you can't definitively say, nor any of us can say what they took either. However, whomever was coherent, which would appear to be Cosby based off deposition, that would be rape. I'm dealing with 2 black men around incoherent women, throwing out claims. I'm around 2 black men who joked at one point about slipping some Spanish fly. Shit the same. Shit creep shit. Shit, none of my dudes who I hang with, if they told me they did it, we wouldn't be hanging together no more. On both Bill Cosby and Charlamagne. Boys from age 11 until death look for Spanish fly, were Bill's exact words on that interview he just played. I'm sorry, real, but damn, I'm seeing the end of days in the chat. I don't want to take people's feelings and emotions away from them. I feel people are justified to be angry and upset that there is an agenda to take out all of our quote unquote black leaders, to muddy them, to muddy their reputation at one point. I agree with that. I still agree that I'm going to look at the details, and that's why I'll use the words out of men's mouth. If you are in that position of power and you see that people are trying to come at you, it is your own words that are saying this shit. Nobody twisted Bill Cosby's wrist and finger and told him to go on Larry King and say this shit about slipping this shit and giving it to women. Nobody told him to do that shit. This is Bill Cosby's own deposition. Move the motherfuckers out the way to better the people that you look up to. You can find them online. They're public record. Mixed with alcohol and other substances changes its chemistry. Every time Jade talks, that's an RN nurse. So And a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, the black community, especially in the South, you know, we got moms, we got grandmas, and they rely heavily. Motherfucker, break your leg, they give you Benadryl. Have you ever given somebody 3 Benadryl pills? I'm just asking the question. Have you ever given somebody 3 Benadryl pills? Damn, my bad. They didn't say all this earlier. Now I'm listening. It's gone off YouTube. I'll play it again. Queen Common Sense is a retired nurse. We got 2 nurses in here. Can I ask you guys a question? It's subjective because we don't know how much alcohol. Let's take the least amount of alcohol. I don't know. Let's take 1 glass of wine. Can you guys tell me what kind of effect you can expect from a person if they take 3 Benadryl pills and 1 glass of wine? I have taken 3 after getting stung by a wasp. I was asleep all day. Let's go lighter. And I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm literally asking. What happens if you take 3 Benadryl pills and a beer? Maybe he invited them all to have a beer. We know they were drinking. Drowsy. Lethargic. I hate when this generic statement, we're going to have to go to it again. Someone said this earlier. Charlamagne and Cosby are hardly the same. In the 70s, unfortunately, it was free love. In free love, you don't have to take the pussy. in free love, you want to be high and y'all look at each other and smile. You don't want somebody to be passed the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even talking about Bill Cosby. I'm saying on the allegation of anybody taking Quaaludes to take their body, you can't mix that up with the 60s and 70s free love shit. They were throwing their bodies around if they were a part of those circles. I want to see the thumbnail of people saying this, man, because you think you helping in the community and you hurting them, man. You hurting them. You so angry at the system who trying to take out black leaders, which you right about, that you willing to fucking nullify the leaders that you fucking have. By the way, Bill Cosby is not my leader. I got shit to do with that dude. Here's another scenario. Bill Cosby convicted of drugging and raping women 3 years later. YouTubers exposed Charlamagne for drugging and raping women. Bill Cosby freed. Who is Charlamagne's zaddy? Ooh. But he still plotted, yeah. Quaaludes are used to put horses and elephants to sleep for medical procedures. That's a retired nurse. Quaaludes are used to put horses and elephants to sleep for medical procedures. Who took a Quaalude? So again, if you haven't built an intolerance for it, you can speak matter of fact. There was this white guy. He came from extremely rich parents. You guys may know who I'm talking about. He was drugging women and putting them on tape, sleeping with them when their body was dead. And the police officer said it was disgusting to watch the tapes because it literally looked like he was having sex with mannequins. If I'm not mistaken, I think that this Playboy white guy was giving him Quaaludes. LSD, fly mushrooms. Unfortunately, that's what they were doing. Look at Kent State. So Gail Ward, let me slow it down. I agree. Well, shit, in every decade, people took a lot of drugs. But I agree, we know 60s for being nice, peace, flowers and shit, bell bottoms and long hair and beards and shit. I agree that they took drugs in the 60s. I agree in that environment, you still can purposely give a woman a drug to make her pass out and rape her. So when you come to me with the generic idea that during this decade, people were all doing this, I don't know what to say. You know, it's just a generic statement. All these people who went to Studio 52, like Mati Egypt just said, they were taking drugs to get high, to have sex together, to have big orgies together. They weren't slipping it to nobody to pass the fuck out and sleep with a mannequin body. So I don't know why we were bringing up the temperament during that time. I don't get the correlation. Let me get my stuff together because I'm going to donate, bro. My itch tied up in cryptocurrency. I got a checking and a savings account. Shout out to Ken Allen. You have to be sick to want to have sex with someone who is comatose. Apparently you don't. Apparently because the white man is trying to get all of us. You can come out and say creepy ass fucking statements and creepy statements in your deposition, and it's totally fine. Even though they're your own words, the white man is just trying to get you.
One more question to you on the particular deposition, because it's very interesting to see the way the judge.
Someone said her new album. Y'all want to hear me rap on the her song? I think you'll be shocked.
Frame this in unsealing it. He pointed very specifically to Bill Cosby's public role, and he said the stark contrast between Bill Cosby, the public moralist, and Bill Cosby, the subject of serious allegations concerning improper and perhaps criminal conduct.
Let me be clear for anyone who came in late. I do not think Bill Cosby should be in jail. I think Bill Cosby should be free because they gave him a deal and you have to honor that deal. I think in order to change the public, you have to show the fucking mistakes that you made. You gave a fucking guy in South Carolina a deal when you did not have to. You are in a state that has no statute of limitations. I'm talking about Charlamagne the God. No statute of limitations. You got forever. You literally have forever. You literally already have her DNA because you took the DNA from Jessica. You stopped running it because her mom didn't allow you guys to finish. So you stop. Okay, cool. You'd have waited just 3 years of your foreverness, the state of South Carolina. Jessica Reed would have been 18 years old. She would have told you the same thing that she told you at 15 years old, that she wanted to cooperate. Her mom wouldn't let her. So now she's a grown adult mom, a woman. Her mom cannot stop her from cooperating. And then boom. So now we have another situation where you cut a deal with Bill Cosby. Now I could be wrong. Bill Cosby was in a better position than Charlamagne the God. I think the statute of limitation was actually coming up for Bill Cosby. So maybe that's why they did it. But it seems like people are cutting deals and it's coming back to bite them in the ass. So I hope it changed the system to where this is more of a last-ditch effort to cut a deal, that you're going to try to exhaust everything possible first. Because the new prosecutors are saying that they could have charged Bill Cosby and they probably feel like they could have won, but they can't do it now because the old prosecutor cut them a deal, and they got to honor that. On a legal technicality, and someone got mad when I say technicality as if somebody got off, but just on rules of the court of law, if you cut somebody a deal, because of that, you have to follow it. I do not think that Bill Cosby should be in prison. Morally, I'm seeing creep shit. If it's his word versus her word, if it's Jessica Reed versus Charlamagne the God, and I see Charlamagne the God got other weird ass statements about how he feels when sleeping with someone when they're unconscious, or putting Spanish fly in their drink, or taking a 16 and or 17-year-old to his mom's house while he's 19 and or 20-year-old. Weirdo shit to me. I'm seeing weirdo shit from Bill Cosby, from his own words, from his deposition. And I'm also seeing weirdo shit from Bill Cosby coming from what he was able to say with total confidence in front of millions of people on a talk show. I don't want to fuck with nobody like that. That's how I see it. I don't, that we all different. We got different things to where me being a father with 2 daughters, I hear that. I'm like, all right, we're going to go over here. No, but I'm cool. I'm a good guy. All right, you may be a good guy. Take your ass over there. Me and my daughter gonna go over here. That's the creep shit. So if I'm gonna do that creep shit and if I feel uncomfortable around anybody else, I'm gonna feel the same way if those words come out of Bill Cosby's mouth. That's creep shit. Pimps used to use Quaaludes. I think it'd be hard as hell to get Quaaludes. Now you gotta go like Mexico or something. That's what I was trying to say. It's technicalities, and that's how it goes sometimes. He won't be retried. Came to hear you speak on it. My bad if I wasn't clear. Nah, no problem. I don't think that Bill Cosby should be in prison. What man sits around talking about pings all the time. You're a weirdo, CTG. Yeah. I think more people have disdain and hatred for Charlamagne the God. So when they see Bill Cosby come out, who has on paper positive things he has done for the black community, with the historical black colleges, with the contracts with NBC, they see the things that he's done. Their knee-jerk reaction to seeing a title that says Bill Cosby out and the exact same as Charlamagne, they want to distance themselves from that generic talking. But when I come out here and I say that both men out of their own mouth has two separate questionable statements about this, then that's exactly the same. I come out here and I say both men would cut a deal, that's exactly the same. I mean, but outside of that, if you want to say Charlamagne the God is out here sniffing the butts and chairs of people at the Breakfast Club. Outside of the allegations against Bill Cosby, he wasn't doing shit wrong like that. I'll tell you who else Bill Cosby reminded me of. He reminded me of Dr. Boyce Watkins. Not all the way, but a little bit. Bill Cosby was very judgmental of people who have done wrong in their past. Dr. Boyce Watkins said he only wants the top 10%. Bill Cosby sometimes would hold his nose up and look down upon people who probably just needed a little positivity, who would love to hear a word from Bill Cosby to spark that light to change their lifestyle around, to see the betterment of their life. And he turned their backs on those kind of people. He did that, and that's why a lot of people weren't jumping up to try to help Bill Cosby when this took off, when this happened. You inspired me to come out of my YouTube retirement. Yeah, just say how you feel, man. That's all you gotta do. Say how you feel. By your logic, if you offer a woman a drink that you like to sleep with, it's creep shit. It's all the same. I'm gonna say that that's a false analogy. I don't know I don't know how that's by my logic that if you buy a woman a drink is creep shit. I don't think that if you buy a woman a drink is creep shit. I don't understand. Say that claim and then bridge it together by saying something supportive to show that what I've said matches that. Then we can have a conversation. We can have a conversation then, but I don't know what you want me to do with that. You just said a claim. Oh, hell yeah, he didn't like dark-skinned black girls. Bill Cosby told black people to take back their neighborhoods and dress with respect. I'm not mad at that. That sounds awesome. How do you pronounce your name? Is that Sashay? Sashay? That sounds awesome when you say that he said that, but he said way more detailed stuff than that. He turned his nose up at a lot of fucking people that he wasn't trying to hear. I don't believe you just burn off a whole fucking part of a community. Because if you would have done that, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. You just burn off the hood. You just burn off the people out there want to be in gangs and want to do all this other crazy shit. I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'm one of the people that Bill Cosby and both Dr. Boyce Watkins would have gave up on when I was 15, 16 years old. I believe you cast a wide net and to try to pull in as most people as possible instead of stereotyping of what you subjectively think is a lost cause. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Sashay. Gotcha, Sashay. I like that. I like that, Sashay. Shout out to Sashay. I want to see what hypocritical statement CTG makes tomorrow. Let me know, Deontay, because I won't be watching. But it's gonna this is what he gonna have to deal with for his whole life. Man, Bill Cosby out. We the Breakfast Club. We gotta talk about it. It's very, very big. But damn, I be doing the same shit Cosby be doing. I be doing worse than what Bill Cosby be doing. I be straight up saying I put my penis in her when she was blacked out. Damn, I'm gonna whiff this around. Good luck with y'all who gonna watch that shit. I don't watch the Breakfast Club because he a creep. Bill Cosby is like any other person. He has weaknesses like anyone else. Money changes people. He got caught gems. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm just saying. You just said first 3 sentences is an excuse, but I'm gonna keep reading out of respect for you, gems. You said Bill Cosby is like any other person. He has weaknesses like anyone else. Money changes people. He got caught doing nasty stuff, but he's not the only one who does it. Good Lord, your comment loaded with some goddamn excuses. He thought he would get a pass. All right, man. Okay. Ever listen to Bill Cosby talk to kids about drugs? Part of it have been sampled in hip hop songs. What did he say about kids and drugs? You can't forget about the hood. Yeah. Salute to you. What's up, Darwin? Samuel said, not gonna lie, I hadn't known about CTG violating Jessica until Kwame exposed it in one of his live streams. This is what I heard prior to Kwame Brown. Prior to Kwame Brown calling out Charlamagne like years ago, I heard people, little whispers about it, and then Charlamagne put out a statement, and his statement was so fucking clean and proper, I was just like, there's no reason to investigate. He said, I feel bad about the victim, you know what I'm saying? I had nothing to do with it. DNA cleared me, exonerated me, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, fuck, I'm a true crime guy. If this man say that the DNA cleared him, what the fuck are we talking about? The DNA cleared him. He said the witness is not cooperating. I'm not going to invest and look into this on Charlamagne, so I didn't look into anything what Charlamagne said. I went on with my life. But then when Kwame brought it back up 3 years later, I said, you know, I ain't got nothing to do tonight. Let me really look into what Charlamagne the God said. Let me take a real big deep dive into what Charlamagne the God said. And when I looked at it and looked into it, I came out so disgusted. I thought I had COVID. I put a comment on my true crime channel, said, yo, I'm about to make a documentary tonight. It will be out by morning. And that documentary got 400,000 views in 3 days. Shout out to my man, Darwin H. Excellent content. Thank you, Darwin H. I really, really appreciate that. I get stern, Darwin H. and everybody else in my audience, when I get that close to trying to push my narrative that I want to push out to our community, which is knowing how to have a discussion, knowing how to, because I see a lot of time we just throw out claim, knowing how to defend why you think the way you think. You do not need to have evidence to show why you feel the way you feel. Just have some supporting statements, you know? Just have some, that's creep shit there, that's creep shit there. That ain't no proof he raped nobody. That's not evidence. It's just supporting statements. Just tell people why you feel the way you feel. So when I get close on the brink of that and somebody come in with another claim and another claim and another claim, I can get a little bit on edge from that. But I'll calm back down because I want to encourage discussion. That's all. We ain't got to agree. But to have a discussion, we can't just keep saying claims back and forth. I think we should be born with 3 arms. I think we should be born with 4 arms. I think we should be born with 5 arms. I think we should be born with... There ain't no fucking discussion. I think we should be born with 3 arms. Let me tell you why we should have 3 arms. You put one in the center of your chest. You can pick up the cue ball and place it when you playing pool. I don't know. That sounded a real logical reason that fast, right? Got a goddamn hand in your chest holding the cue ball. Why you playing pool? I don't know. I'm just saying. Say why you feel the way you feel. I will forever preach that on my channel. That's all. That's all. How let's charge the girl traumatized. He admitted it. He admitted it in different videos when he was running his mouth, Charlamagne, to not the God. He's a boot sniffer. Yeah, there's I'm such a nerd that I literally look at so many details. I didn't think people was going to have a problem with this. Not the people that know me, because you know I'm going to say why I feel the way I feel. But this is great because I love when YouTubers say how they feel before they check the climate. You check the climate, you be like, let me check the climate. Motherfuckers love Bill Cosby more than Charlamagne, so it probably would not be right for your channel if you make a video saying that they're alike. Now that I have checked the climate, I'm going to readjust how I feel. No. So how you feel first. So you're not trying to be fake to everybody out there. This is how I feel. I feel like both of these motherfuckers the same. I feel like this statements via a deposition or him on a talk show host or Charlamagne with Andrew Schultz or Charlamagne on another fucking podcast talking about a girl with Spanish flies, talking about his wife when she was 16 or 17 years old. when he was 19 or 20 years old, I feel like it's some creep weirdo shit. And both of these guys got offered deals. Both of them got a deal from the state, from the government. Shit the same. I can slap my kids with my third hand while I still got two hands on the steering wheel. Which one you gonna use? You gotta put the bottom one on the bottom wheel, the middle hand, and have this hand driving. So that way the one closer to the passenger side can get the further reach back to slap while you still driving. What's really strange about the CTG situation is the Me Too movement told Jessica they couldn't pick up her case, and they were getting on everyone. Why? Because Charlamagne was so cool to everybody out there. With Bill Cosby's strong stance of how he looked down upon people, he didn't have that many people to rock with. Charlamagne got a lot of people to rock with. Kwame Brown is right when he talk about the Boonkies and what they did to, what's his name? What's Ashley Larry's name? Somebody type it in the chat. What's Ashley Larry's name? Oh my God, I can't believe I can't remember Ashley Larry's name. Darnell Rollins. I'm sorry. All right, hold on. All right. Kwame Brown is right in how disrespectful and nasty it is what Charlamagne the God does with that Darnell Rollins. Even in how they treat him on when they bring him on the show, of if they're going to bring him on the show. But at the same time, when Kwame Brown says this, you know what I be thinking? I don't think about Charlamagne the God. I think Darnell Rollins sit there and let him do it. He sit right along and smile with him. When we show examples of how Charlamagne the God is a creep and do weirdo nasty shit, Darnell Rollins go to his Instagram and he posts more jokes as if they're buddies and friends with Charlamagne the God. And that's what I think about. That's what I think. Darnell Rollins is cool with the Boonkie. He cool with the shit they do. He don't complain. He don't have a problem with Charlamagne. He looks at Charlamagne as a friend. Polanco said you are misinformed. Go to Darnell Rollins' Instagram. He got jokes up all the time, every week, about playing with Charlamagne the God. Are you saying I'm misinformed? How am I misinformed? Darnell Rollins is cool with Charlamagne the God. So we gotta, place blame where it belongs. Darnell Rollins is posting Charlamagne the God face on women twirler dances and all of that stuff. Look at this fallacy. He said you didn't even know the man's name. Why do you need to say if I knew his name or not? You want me to use, if you didn't know his name, you must be wrong. That's a fallacy to match the details of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, go look at Darnell Rollins' Instagram. You don't need me. I can be a fake fraud. I can be misinformed. It don't require my opinion. Go look at Darnell Rollins' Instagram. That's how fallacies work. You don't have to discredit me. You can just look at the merits of my argument. Go look at Darnell Rollins' Instagram. Go right now. You got Instagram? Charlamagne was throwing boonkies. Darnell Rollins is sitting here chilling. Cosby alleged incidents, he was already a superstar and women were lining up to make. But the whole point of me saying that, hold on. Cosby alleged incident, he was already a superstar and women were lining up to making themselves available to him, even knowing he married. That's true of any celebrity. But when you make statements like that, you make it appear that 100% of all women were cool with this. How do you know 100% of all women? A rape only requires one woman. That means you can be a famous dude and all these chicks come up on you, but one woman not cool with it. So I don't, what you just said is true of any superstar. Yo, my Mars, y'all on steroids tonight. Don't block people. Don't block people, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? If people say something that I disagree, it's cool. It's totally cool. Don't block them. You are right. The similarities between Charlamagne and Bill are clear. It's deviant behavior to offer drugs, conceal its effects, and disguise the intentions is to have sex once they are incoherent, opposed to alert. Now, I want to say something that piggybacking off Francois. Hold on, make sure I get this correct. Make sure I got my thoughts correct. Okay, yeah, about him answering. Morally is my left hand. Legally is my right hand. In a deposition of a single question, did you give these women the Quaaludes without their consent, without their knowledge? His lawyer stepped in. Legally, that's awesome. Don't answer that. Morally, my nigga, that's an easy question, bro. If you gave it to them with their knowledge, just say I gave it to them with their knowledge. Why can't you say that? Why you got your lawyer preventing you? I'm not talking about it's a legal maneuver. That's a brilliant legal maneuver because you aren't held accountable. I'm just saying, if I never robbed a liquor store and you put me to the deposition, John, did you ever rob a liquor store in your life? It's going to take me a nanosecond. No. Why Bill Cosby couldn't just say no? Again, we talking morally versus as a legal maneuver. Awesome legal maneuver. You never admit to anything on record to this day, but damn, like I said, when I see creep shit, why can't Bill Cosby just answer the question? Nah, they fucking knew about it. They knew I put that shit in their drink. Why can't he just say that? Like I said, creep shit. Morally. Clint, you just answered the right hand legally. A good lawyer would tell you not to say nothing. Legally. Morally. It's simple. John, did you kill the woman down the street? No. John, they're going to ask you today, did you kill a woman? And I'm going to step in. No, you're not going to step in. Because fuck this bullshit. I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't lying, did nothing wrong. I ain't killed nobody. I ain't kill no motherfucking body. And I'm telling people I ain't kill nobody because I ain't killed nobody. Fuck you mean. I ain't kill nobody. You are so right. I feel like a jackass. My first statement, Bill Cosby, Charlamagne the God are definitely the same. Public lynching and you cowards just stood by, did nothing. That is the most generic statement. And then it appears that you seem to be angry, Hassan X. If you want to come in here where your anger resides and you want to have a conversation, I'm open for it, man. But you coming here to type that statement does absolutely nothing to move conversation. So because a man is not famous and forces sex is not the same as a man who does the same who is famous. Exactly, Queen Common Sense. All these men involved, pedophilia, sick and twisted mindset. No one has addressed Tom Hanks' situation. He left, moved to Greece. It's legal. Men's sexual preference, young boys. I haven't heard about Tom Hanks with little boys. Where do we find out information about Tom Hanks with little boys? Hassan X is still under the anger myth that he can say sensationalized shit and it's going to do anything in a conversation. So Hassan X has said, your white zaddy has said he was railroaded. What are you going to say now? Who is my white zaddy, Hassan? He's out because they knew what they did was a public lynching. I think he's out because they cut him a deal and he should have never been in based upon that deal. I go off facts. He should have saved a few million to sue everyone involved. He has that right. Yeah, you're right about that, Hassan X. Every powerful person in Hollywood done did something wrong. Rape is the tip of the iceberg. But when prison time is involved, you don't speak morally. People don't speak, legalized lawyers and courts do. You can get tangled up answering the right questions the wrong way. EJ, you know you my dude. If someone asks you, did you knowingly give women Quaaludes without their knowledge or without their consent? Could you explain to me how you saying no could trip you up? I'm waiting for a topic to debate you on just for fun, no hate. I feel you can. Here's a you're gonna be disappointed if you debate me. I don't take it personal. You forget I'm fanatical. I love learning. If I get upset, it's because someone is not making a position to where I can even learn. They're just shouting a generic statement or claim over and over and over and over again. It's like, it's so stupid. There's nothing that any of us can do with this. I'll get frustrated by that. But if you telling me why you feel the way you feel, you saying your evidence and everything that draws you to the conclusion that you are, it's not gonna be a chest bumping debate match with me. It's gonna be a discussion. I'll be like, oh, you cool. One of the greatest things I like what Kwame Brown said is when he was saying his friend who they have opposing viewpoints and how they're not asserting themselves on the other person. So even though they have opposing viewpoints, they're still cool. They can have conversations with their vastly different opinions. I think shit like that is dope. How you misconstrue women making themselves available to watch this shit. How you misconstrue women making themselves available to wealth, famous men as 100% of all women. And then he put LOL. Allow me to retort. I don't know if it was you, Trill God, but someone earlier as their, I don't know, defense or comeback saying that that's what women do. And to me, when I hear someone say that that's what women do, I'm like, that's not an argument. How is that an argument when all it takes is one woman to do something different? You're presenting an argument as if every woman does this. If you are not presenting the argument that every woman does this, then what are you saying? We're right back to square one. You really just said nothing the fuck at all. Like, did I make myself clear on that? No problem, Gail Ward. Stole 3 years out of Dr. Cosby's life. I would agree with you on a legal aspect. They did steal 3 years out of his life because if they gave him the deal before trial, they should have stuck with that deal. So I agree with you. I still think he a motherfucking creep. But yeah, they stole 3 years out of his life that they should not have stolen. Bill Cosby should sue everybody involved in defaming his character. He got the money to. Let him do his thing. No clear if 100% was never said, then saying 100% is a twist and a spin of the statement. Another generic statement, and I feel like we're going to get nowhere because you miss something very, very important. If their defense was women are cool with this, my rebuttal to saying women are cool with this is to say, who cares if you think that women are cool with something unless you're saying 100% of women are, because all it takes is one woman to not be cool. Do you understand that? Because I feel like with everybody else, that's very clear. So it's more saying a lack of your intelligence, not mine. The LMAO's not going to save you. If you sit up here and say, like, I inserted 100%, I'm saying, what is your argument if you know that all women don't do something? What is your argument? Let me make a fucking off the top of my head generic scenario to show you what I'm talking about. Somebody kicked all the cups off the table. We go in here, you and I are a detective, and fucking cups are on the floor, spilled Kool-Aid and shit everywhere on the floor. You walk in the room and you say, we all know women like to kick shit on the floor. I look at you and I say, are you saying 100% of women like to kick shit on the floor? Because if it's not 100%, then we're right back at square one. Who cares that women like to kick, that you feel subjectively with no evidence, no anything? Who cares if you make the statement that if you're saying not all 100%, who cares if you think that some women like to kick shit on the floor? What's the argument? Do we have any evidence of this occurring, that a woman did this? We don't. So at that point, if you don't get that, I guess the conversation is over with. Paper chasing is as old as the other oldest profession. I think Bill's karma came to collect, but his good deeds outweighed the bad deed. You know, Brownstone, what I wonder was time in prison. The fact how the black community did not rush to help him like he thought that they was going to help him. I wonder, did he sit in prison and he questioned, did he need to be this strongly opposed to people who made bad decisions due to being in poverty-stricken areas? Does he still look down and still have the same ideology to just fuck them motherfuckers? I'm only going to take these sort of people and try to work on them, the same as I see from Dr. Boyce Watkins. That's the one thing I would love to hear from Bill Cosby. Did he change on that aspect? Anything getting knocked on the floor is 99% my cat's fault. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. No, Miss Embassy, the documents were supposed to be sealed as part of a settlement. Bro, you killing the whole case. That's exactly how they convicted Cosby. No evidence, and pulled random women off the street to testify to show a pattern. No DNA, no eyewitnesses. What does that have to do with me? I doubt it. You doubt that he changed? That would be very sad. That'd be very sad. Of course, black people proved that everything he said was true. Best thing about the whole Bill Cosby ordeal was seeing that young black woman, his lawyer, go to town cutting people to shreds. She was fucking amazing. She was amazing. Like, nobody could handle her in any interview on any TV or platform she went on. That fucking woman was amazing. First, I was a little bit perplexed at how could Bill Cosby choose somebody that looked so young. And then she opened her mouth and I was like, Jesus, this motherfucker don't play. Truth be told, when all is said and done back then, and even up until recently, elite pedos, whether in Hollywood, politics, all were likely to compromise unless they had a strong mentality and spiritual. You should watch Under Suspicion if you haven't. You need a lawyer in these situations, not even being specific to Bill. EJ, my dude, you know I'm going to have me a lawyer on deck, a strong, good lawyer. Well, we may fight if a motherfucker want to ask me, did I do some shit I didn't do, and I just want to say no. Does he believe in my innocence, EJ? I can't say no. John, we're not asking you if you was there at 6:30 and we're going to trip you up and say you was there at 6:45. We're not doing none of that. It's just a very simple question. Did you kill Alice? No. The only way me saying no going to trip me up would be if I killed Alice. Did you slip this in their drink without their knowledge of you slipping this in their drink? No. No. Those that said Cosby was railroaded on public opinion were proven right. I think he did those 3 years for humiliation purposes and for the silence of victims closer to him. If they knew for a fact they cut that deal and they still went around it to try to secretly put him in jail, hoping that would never see the light of day, Bill Cosby is about to sue, and he is going to win. I feel you. It's not his job to believe in your innocence. His job is to protect you. And did you kill Alice wasn't the question. Did you these women is the real question. It's the same thing, EJ. Did I kill Alice is an easy question to answer, or did I R these women? No. No, nigga. How is that different, EJ? No. I didn't do shit. Why can't I say no? The first thing you do when you testify, you innocent or guilty. Proven guilty, I'm innocent. No, I ain't do shit. But again, this was civil, so, I guess you can't, that's the portion of it, I guess. Great points. Observation, humiliation, sacrifices are real Hollywood. Just don't get upset when one of your female loved ones is forced against their will. Hello, John. Love how you can break down everyone's comments in a clear and precise manner. Not everyone can converse with each other, John, without ending up hating each other. Shout out to Alina Khan, man. I don't hate nobody, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hassan, the other guy with the light blue face that was saying opposing viewpoints to me. Shout out to everybody who said opposing viewpoints to me. I have no issue, no problem. Every you said to me in a rebuttal was from your imagination because it never addressed anything I actually said. C-Ben JI07, I feel the same way. Y'all been saying shit about me, putting shit in my mouth. I ain't say. If you didn't see me, no. Yeah. A dead person can't testify, but our victim can and make new allegations against you. If it was humiliation, sacrifice, was his time reduced for good behavior? Maybe they didn't think that shit was going to come to light, and then it came to light. It came to light that you guys cut a deal with Bill Cosby, and you didn't honor the deal that you cut. That's some fireable offense right there. Some people should be fired over that. That's a big deal if you cut a man a deal and still throw him in jail. What the hell is a humiliation sacrifice? They're saying that he went to prison to humiliate him, being a clean dude. I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. No, I ain't gonna say that. I'll say it later, but I'm not gonna say it now. I'm not gonna say it on this live. I'll say it on when I go live another time. I like the comment the truth lady said. Are murderers of spirits. The truth lady, you wouldn't mind if I use that in one of my documentaries coming up here, right? Because that is so true. I don't even know what C-Ben J.I. mean, but I'm going to read their comment. I don't run from smoke. This motherfucker said, my guy, you actually said 100% of all women. I would never say no bogus shit about 100% of all women. As a response to my earlier statement about women making themselves available to wealthy and powerful men. You clearly misunderstood what I said. I'm asking you, are you claiming that 100% of women do it? If you're not claiming that 100% of women do this right here, then what the fuck does it matter? It's a generic statement. If we talk about the details of, or if a man could slip a woman a drink and your reply is, women have always made themselves available to wealthy and powerful men, I'm going to look at you and go, man, we talking about a dude raping somebody, and your reply is that women has always made themselves available to wealthy and rich. So are you saying all women do this? If you ain't saying all women do this, then what the fuck are you saying? What does this have to do with a detailed situation? You went generic on something detailed. So I'm asking you, you will never in your life hear me say 100% on anything, because I would never trap myself to no fucking false fallacy like that. You ain't gonna never hear that out my mouth on any video. So you just took my words and you got them wrong. That's not what I said. You misinterpreted, which is... First point, he's OJ 2.0. Soon as Cosby got out, surrounded himself with the Karens and Beckys that put him away. Second point, this is not about BC freedom. It's about an excuse to free Harvey Weinstein. Read the transcripts, brother. You see how Hassan X came in here heated, angry. He still feel the way he feel, but now he chilling, he talking. Read the transcript, brother. I got you, Hassan X. I got you, Hassan X, for real. Most prosecutors are really after the conviction any way possible. They thought they had broken. I'm waiting to hear from old buddy who accused me for saying somebody 100%. You're quiet now, huh? Actually, this does have significance date-wise, along with the blow-up of Kwame Brown speaking on the Go Get Along game, entertainment, sports, politics, etc., which they had hope they broke. I just get why people feel they have the world, feel the need to be greedy. Shout out to my man Michael Toll, man. It was a different DA elected. Each prosecutor is hired by an elected official. So the new DA went after Cosby. He didn't make the deal. Then he didn't do his homework. That is because this dude didn't do his homework on the research on the case that he inherited. He put a man in prison that was given a deal. That's fucked up. I do think Bill Cosby is going to be suing people. I do think that. I do think that. Is it possible Kwame words might have something to do with Cosby getting out so suddenly? I don't know. I don't know what Kwame said about the situation. I don't know how he feel. I don't know if Kwame Brown think Bill Cosby innocent or guilty. I think the best way to come out here, you're not swayed by some narrative to try to follow everybody, because Kwame preaches against a go along, get along game. You come out here and say your opinion. I haven't read the only video I saw before this. I saw one video, and that was Gravity Takeout. In Gravity Takeout video, he's saying that he feels that Bill Cosby is totally different than Charlamagne the God. So I haven't seen anybody else's video. The only video I saw, somebody has an opposing viewpoint than mine. Why would I need to say 100% of anything to say the statement I said? If women make themselves available, then it's reasonable to believe women were that type. Oh my God. Hold on, I'm finna pin your comment. This is the problem right here. I look at C Ben J.I. 07's comment. This is the problem with the world. And the problem is he doesn't even, or she, they don't even see what's wrong in that comment. Let me go slow and break this comment down. Why would I need to say 100% of anything to say the statement I said? If women make themselves available, then it's reasonable to believe these women were that type. If we talking about a man drugging a woman, putting her to sleep, the possibility that he's having sex with this woman while she's fucking blacked out or like a fucking doll or whatever, and your first statement is, well, women make themselves available. That's not evidence to anything. That's a generic, bland fucking assumption. And if you're saying that I don't think all women do it, but some women do it, then you already putting out there that I don't need to respond, because for all the women that you're saying in your scenario, since it's not 100% the women that's not going to do it, well, damn, there go my answer right there. So since some women do that and some women don't, we are right back to square one, because you offered nothing of substance of what's going on in the detailed situation. You understand what I'm saying? I would never just put a comment up like that, bro. Maybe we just two different people. You would never go like, we don't like it when people do it to us. We don't like it when we stereotype like that. Well, you know, black men are crooks. Desi can't find her wallet. It was just sitting here on her desk. Those 3 black guy janitors came around, and you know what those black guy janitors like to do? Is that right when we do it that way? Is it right when people do that shit to us like that? C Ben J.I. 07? Or would you like for them to investigate further with more details to see camera angles and look at all the other information around to see what happened with the money that was in her purse or the wallet that was in her purse in the scenario I made up? Or do you just want somebody to go, well, hey, man, a couple black guys was around here. You know what black guys do? Would you be mad if someone said, are you saying all black guys do this? No, I'm not saying 100% black. I'm just saying how some black guys do it. Okay, so since some black men don't do it, that means that the janitor guys that was around here, it's possible that they did it or they didn't do it. We don't have any evidence, so we're right back at square one. How can you not see this? You so strongly believe in this shit, you done said it 3-4 fucking times, over and over again. Oh, boy. Damn, somebody bought a super chat and they got deleted. Damn. Can Mr. Cosby win a lawsuit if he's dead? Yeah. Kwame did not say anything out of the way. He should sue because they really wanted him to just say he was guilty. They knew what they did to Cosby wouldn't last. They did what they did because they could. 3 years for nothing. Respectfully, that man is old. Bill did some shit back in the day, and that backed up to some couches, allegedly. To get where he did, I hope he just chill for the remainder of his few days. I think a bunch of lawsuits are coming. Check out is been investing 6 weeks with Kwame. Hold on. Oh boy. My bad. Motherfucker be texting me about 5 times. I'm like, bruh, you know I'm live. You know, CBenJI07 is a dude. I didn't know if it was a dude or a woman. I didn't lean one way. I think I called him a dude most of the chat. And then I'm like, well, damn, what if he's not a dude? Then assume it's a woman. But, all right, so dude. All women are not the same. We are individuals. Yes, there's some, but not all. Think like that. See real thing behind Fairy Tale Cinderella, Snow White, knighting, shining armor, right out into the sunset. That statement is dangerous, and they don't even see how dangerous it is. Here's a light, John. Don't give up on Jessica. The Most High is the ultimate. Thank you, Jade Lee. CBenJI07 said, what proof do you have that he drugged and raped them other than hearsay? I never said that I had proof that Buddy drugged and raped them. I said my boy got 2 separate creepy ass motherfucking statements. That's enough for me to not fuck with it. Don't put words in my mouth, my boy. And what is... Okay, you keep saying this, you gotta go, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go. And I did not get rid of CBenJI07. I got rid of Black Jewel, who keeps spamming the chat saying the same thing. Statement implies that there is not a single woman on earth who refused to make herself available. She is wrong. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Mimi, about him. Yeah, spamming the chat, you're going to get deleted automatically, you know, but you can disagree with me all day. You can argue with me all you want. I'm not going to get rid of you. But spamming the chat, I am. That logic is so warped. Shout out to Crystal Bush in the building. Charlene Smith, that's the power of the go along, get along game. They use their power and influence. That means to release Bill Cosby just to justify Charlamagne behavior or you the other distraction so we can take. Excuse me for going off topic, but John, have you watched any of the behavior panels, interview breakdowns? They've covered some of the people you've talked about. They have 2 videos on Chris Watts. Sultry, post a link in the chat. It's not going to show, but me or my mods can approve it because I would love to watch the behavior panels, interviews, and breakdown. The problem with you scenario is the presumption is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So if we are at square one, as you say, the square one isn't guilt. You made another false assumption. You keep making yourself look bad. I said square one is we don't know. Even in my scenario, I said square one is we don't know. I didn't say square one was presumptive. when the cups were knocked on the floor and Kool-Aid and shit was spilled, when I said the analogy that you said, well, women only kick shit on the floor. I said, well, if all women don't kick shit on the floor, we know that women don't. We know that women do. So we back at square one where we don't know what the fuck happened and we need to investigate and look at the details. So you're putting words in my mouth to fit your narrative once you figured out that you're wrong. I didn't ever say square one meant guilt. I said square one mean we don't know. Your analogy is still fucked up. Without knowing anything about a person, how is it then reasonable to believe that the person fits any specific type just because they claim to be a victim of a crime? People are so biased. Jessica first. Do you think someone of Cosby's peers talk him into it? Like, you the man, you can do anything, and I believe it. I don't know, because I enjoy, you get a high, you get several highs. You meet a woman, you trying to hit it off, and you don't know if she liking you or not. You go through those phases and until you both match and you got that magical moment. I like to pursue. I like her to be conscious. I like her to be aware. You know what I'm saying? Look me in my eye. Don't be a fucking dead goddamn doll on the ground. So I don't know. Shout out to Nora's son. I'm just not seeing it, Nora's son. You said if he sues, they have to go through all of the old testimony with the witnesses again. They will settle early so their witnesses are not called into question over credibility. PR nightmare for the DA office. Yeah, they're probably going to have to sell because the new guy who came into office fucked up. You put a man in jail who shouldn't have been in jail. We're not talking morally. You know what I'm saying? I think the motherfucker creep. I'm talking like legally. You put him in jail and he should not have been in jail. I'm going to hate like I care Cosby did a lot of good. What has CTG done to help people talk? You would force me to take up for Charlamagne the God, and he's a disgusting piece of shit. So I'm not going to take up for anything for Charlamagne the God. What I will say this, Valley Girl, both of them guys got creepy ass statements about the validity or if they gave someone something or slept with someone under the influence. That's the same to me. And if both of those statements were true and both of them really did that shit, I don't give a fuck what they did. That was good. I really don't care. I would say that. But I'm not going to fucking take up for Charlamagne the God. He's trash. To clean it up, he disrespected people for not agreeing with his platform, turned out the lights, and walked out. So many other examples. Who did that? A lot of black actors in Hollywood owe Cosby an apology. Why do they owe him an apology? What if they feel like the motherfucker guilty? He wasn't exonerated. He got a deal. Why do they owe him an apology? Didn't some of these alleged incidents happen at Hefner's mansion? I don't know. Miss Embassy, he never said that. The deposition, he only talked of having prescription in 1970s, and he was asked a loaded question about if he offered them to women he'd like to sleep with. Yeah, I watched him say it on TV. We played that when he said it on TV. Do you understand there's trauma that goes along with our Miss Leora? Who is Miss Leora? He said that's what we all did. We played that statement. I'll play it again. He was not ever supposed to be tried because that was the deal. How is it overlooked by all involved is beyond me. DA, lawyers, Cosby, etc. This account, which is the person's name I'm talking to, their name is this account. I agree with you, and that scares me. That scares me that a man can sign a deal, think nothing gonna happen to him, and then he goes off to prison. That scares me. That scares me that someone that think that they can get away with this. It's either conspiracy or so much fucked up incompetence. It would have to be major incompetence involved to where I don't think Bill Cosby ever had to worry about any money, but he should get a lot. I understand your point. Unfortunately, everyone handles things differently. We are all individuals. If the walls of Hefner's mansion could talk, the stories would probably be insane. If I was at Hugh Hefner's mansion back in the day, all my stories, the women will be easily proven to be coherent. I think some people accuse Cosby of this without really knowing. It was never proved or never proven. Hello, John. The proper terminology, necrophilia, where men have sex with a dead body, is like men who drug women to violate them. Yeah. See, Ben, you might want to brush up on your discussion game, my dude, for real. Can't we agree to disagree? I think Miss Leora is talking to somebody specifically in the chat, in the audience. It wasn't overlooked. It was an intentional, conscious decision to disregard the case. Kina, I'm just reserving my opinion because I don't know. But even in don't knowing, to me, it don't matter. It is such gross negligence to put a man in prison that had a signed deal that it don't even matter if it was on purpose or gross negligence. It's an easy case for Cosby to take the civil trial and win. That disgusting bastard. I believe in the case of Dr. Cosby, the encounters were consensual. If Camille wasn't mad, who am I? So that's two separate things. Hold on, we got to unpack this, Alice. You say, I believe in the case of Dr. Cosby, the encounters were consensual. Awesome. I would love to see why you feel they were consensual, but you can believe that. If Camille wasn't mad, who am I? Now, I have a problem with that statement because it's a tricky statement because you put it after it being consensual. If the encounters were consensual, so you don't know, right? What if the encounters were not consensual? What if he was really drugging women and Camille was cool with it? Would you be cool with it if his wife was cool with it, if he was drugging women and sleeping with their comatose body? Her opinion is the one that matters to me. Her opinion does not matter to me. That's their personal fucking life. But if you ask me my opinion on anything, you know, fucking, I don't know, Michael Jordan got with Nike and created a pair of shoes called Michael Jordans. They created that shit. You know, like, only thing matters is how Michael Jordan and Nike feel about the shoe they created. Nah, motherfucker. I'm looking at the shoe. This shit ugly. This bitch ugly to me. This is my opinion. I don't give a fuck what they think. The shoe ugly. I don't give a fuck what Camille think. I can look at everything involved and I can make a decision based upon how I feel. You know, her shit, her end all be all, her opinion only matters to the contract they sign on a marriage. That's the only shit that matters on the contract of marriage. But me, my subjective opinion about how I hear on anything, I don't give a fuck what Camille think. If y'all gonna sit here and persecute Cosby, y'all might as well do the same to T.I. the things that we're doing to them. All right, that's a fair question to Brian saying. Brian is saying, you know, why say this negative stuff about Bill Cosby? Why you not saying this stuff about T.I.? In my opinion, Brian, I ain't heard T.I. in time to say nothing weirdo, nasty, disgusting shit like Bill Cosby alluded to when he was on Larry King and what he said in his deposition. On my channel, I go about what the person say. I think Charlamagne is disgusting, not just based upon what Jessica said, but the comments that Charlamagne has said. I'm not rocking with Bill Cosby based upon the comments he said. When I see T.I. and Tiny, I ain't heard nothing that they said that's weirdo or out the way. But if I did, the same way I'm keeping the same energy with Bill Cosby as I have for Charlamagne, I will keep the same energy for T.I. I ain't heard nothing T.I. or Tiny said in a situation. I feel like Bill Cosby's situation is similar to T.I. Damn, that shit moved up. I agree, but we all know in this industry and in Atlanta, we all knew T.I. was having threesomes. It wasn't a secret. There's nothing wrong with having threesomes. There's nothing wrong with inviting people to your room. I ain't heard nothing. Like, listen to this. Prior to anything, it just would have been Jessica Reed and Charlamagne the God. And you have to make a decision based upon what these two people said. But look at this shit this man did after this. He get a woman on who was a molested at the party who was 16 years old, and he bashed her and tell her that she did all the wrong stuff. He get little 14, 15-year-old boys on the Breakfast Club, and he tell them how they should have went in the room and took advantage of other little girls. Self-Talk showed that. Go to Self-Talk to see that evidence, where Angela Yee even stood up at that point. Huh? He talk about putting Spanish fly in another girl drink. He talking about when he met a 16-year-old who made him wait a whole year before she would even kiss him. She about 17 years old. He about 20 years old. He said she's so fucking drunk. He don't know if he raped her or not. He had to ask her, and she said in hindsight, yeah. I'm starting hearing all these other crazy-ass statements, and now I'm going to go back and look into what Jessica said and look at what Charlamagne the God said, and he got multiple different versions out here on different podcasts, from DJ Academics to No Jumper Podcast. Well, that's going to go in my head. That's a world of difference if somebody just putting a claim out on T.I. and Tiny. Yeah, CTG incriminates himself on video and radio a lot. Brian M. True. But we do see now that police will use what you say in your lyrics and your music against you. So if you want to use that point, T.I.'s lyrics, what did T.I. say in his lyrics, Brian? It's a nice generic statement about how words and rap songs we all agree with, yes, can be used against you, but make it go into detail with T.I. What lyric did T.I. say that makes you think that he holds women as slaves and him and his wife rapes them? Anything, Brian? Exactly. These men are saying things to make you think something is not right. In R. Kelly's case, the only impression I get based on his behavior is he's a freak that likes married women. So here's my example of creepy shit. All right, let's look at R. Kelly. Creepy shit, Bill Cosby on Larry King. Creepy shit, R. Kelly picks up another young girl while he's on trial outside the courtroom. This is true. Remember, I always go by what people say. I don't go by what nobody else. R. Kelly say he picked up the girl from there. Stickers is creeps, bro. John T.I.'s innocent. He didn't let the girls into the party unless they took the pills. It was their choice. Yeah, you're right. That's some weirdo shit to me. Once I start seeing shit I don't want around my daughter, I don't want my daughter around a man like Bill Cosby on the show talking about needle points and how happy he get when you give that shit to fucking women. Spanish fly. I don't want people like that. I don't want people like Charlamagne the God, a 22-year-old, calling 15-year-olds to come to adult parties. Them lame niggas to me. I'm staying consistent. This chat would be sad if John wasn't spitting hot logic at these idiots. You know, I'm just defending how I feel. I just also think that some of those activities were consensual, but now they are looking for a come up, possibly. Hebephile adults who like teenage underage children. Oh, I know all about the word hebephile. Anybody who don't know me looking like, oh, this nigga look creepy. He look like he like it. Nah, I'm saying because I called somebody else out for being a hebephile. I called another YouTuber out for being a hebephile. So I don't want y'all to be like, this nigga look weird at the camera. I'm so saddened by these responses, bro. Kaishan, if I pronounce your name right, I'm sitting here for an extended amount of time repeating myself because you gotta understand, in the back of my mind, there's always a detailed topic. Bill Cosby, right? Kwame the other day, right? Charlamagne one day, right? Dr. Boyce Watkins one day. But under that, I just try to teach people who come across, young people in their 20s who come from battle rap community, and I did battle rap, just a lot of young black men who come across my channel, how to defend your position. So yeah, if I ain't got nothing to do, I'll sit here and read the chat because I know every time I speak, I'm showing people how you defend your position. And that's always my ultimate goal. Learn how to how to articulate your thoughts and defend where you're coming from. Learn how to not let people throw you off the course, not to use fallacies to segue you, not to use straw man arguments. That's why I always want to show people under the detailed theme of what we talking about. So I have no problem reading that comment and just keep responding to them. You had to be over 18 to get in the courtroom, so she brought fake ID, and the people with MTV thought she was grown too. I did that documentary, right? Hold on, somebody threw me off with a text message they just sent me. I'm trying to get my thoughts back together. Oh yeah, okay. So looking at 18. Yeah, okay. I got my analogy. I had to remember my analogy. Andy Griffin analogy. Y'all saw I did the Tatiana video on my channel last week, a couple days ago, right? In that, I said I remember when police officers had pride. Police officers' pride back in the movies, back in the day, the pride was I can do a 30-year career and I ain't have to pull out my gun. I'm not saying that you physically can do that because we know times change, right? I'm not talking about physically not pulling out your gun. I'm talking about the mental pride in you to say that I can resolve a situation without it going to that depths. I don't see that a lot in police departments. That pride is different. So I use that analogy to come back up to the point, to the statement that Cassie made. And when she tried to reiterate on her final sentence and say that the people with MTV thought she was grown too. I want to go back to the day today. If I see a chick and I try to holler at her, let's say I'm 24, 23 years old, and I step to a chick and she's 17 years old, and I feel that she look 18 years old, and she tell me she's 17 years old. I want to go back to once you realize this information, you feel bad. I want to go back to that. Like, I don't want this pride thing after the fact, after we find out somebody. Oh, well, she looked like she was fucking 19. You find out she's 15. She's 15. I don't give a fuck what you think they look like. You now know this was a 15-year-old. I don't like the age shaming. I don't like the shit that Dr. Boyce Watkins tried to pull on Jessica Reed without any evidence or any fucking photos. He just alerted to his 250,000 subscribers that Jessica Reed looked like she was 18 when she was 15. He ain't seen shit. He ain't seen one photo. I saw a photo when Jessica Reed was 16. She looked like a fucking 16-year-old. I don't like that age shaming shit. Boys tried to normalize women looking older than they are in regards to violation. Kwame called him out on it in one of his videos. I forgot which one, like a week or so ago. Sean is a smarty pant, which is fantastic. Shout out to Alina Khan. I'm not a smarty pant. H-Town Felix said you moved on from that Tommy talk. You knew that heat was coming and your ass wanted no parts. Well, the last video I made, I gave my specific location when I landed in Atlanta, Georgia. And I also bravely said that you can't change my life. So I don't know what the heat is. Is the heat going to be a video? Is it going to make me get 1 billion times thumbs down? Is it going to make me lose my job? I mean, what's the heat that's going to come from a man that I handled so easily with 500,000 subscribers when they're less effective now? Sometimes I'm reminded of the ineffectiveness, like when I go to Kwame Brown's channel and he have a guest on, such as Faison, and it shoots up and get dramatically high views, 200,000 views in a day. I don't understand. So, I mean, if you're welcome to say what the heat you think that was going to happen, even though I'm going to go to sleep and wake up and turn on my YouTube and be liked for my personality across multiple channels. I would like for you to explain what the actual heat would be. Now I don't even need to say it. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing that you got to look into. They got to come here. I don't got to go there. Shouldn't it be the smaller person going to the bigger person? I can do I do my numbers on my own, on myself. I'm not talking to a man who is so insecure he feels like the only way he'll be heard is typing all capital letters. So we're gonna have to move forward. Calm that down, little boy. But y'all already know what's coming next. We'll let him fall into the trap. Yeah, you throw little guys in here because like I gotta find a way to get them to talk about me. Like, motherfucker, we talking about Bill Cosby. These important, more bigger people. We talk about Charlamagne the God, more bigger people. We talk about things that actually matter and have an effect in the community. We don't talk about YouTube bus. We don't talk about YouTube bus. Samuel said, waiting in anticipation for the rule. Y'all ready? Y'all want me to do the rule now? And I'll do the rule now. Mods, get ready. Mr. H-Town Felix, you appear to be a troll. And with you being a troll, you have to come and say something so demoralizing that will just destroy me. Or you need to say something that's really, really funny. You get 3 tries to say this. If you don't say it in 3 tries, I'm going to block you. And I'm going to block you because I don't allow mediocre trolls on my channel. To be on my channel, you can be a troll. I'll let you troll all day long. You just have to be effective. There's only 2 things a troll can do. They can try to be funny to gain attention, or they can really hate you and try to hurt your feelings. So you have 3 tries to either say something really funny or really, really demeaning that people be like, oh, that shit is brutal. I'm not the judge because, of course, it's my channel. It's unfair to you. The people are the judge. So if you can do this, you stay on my channel. I will never delete you. And it starts right now. You have 30 seconds to do this too. All I need is 1 comment in 30 seconds. If you don't say anything, I'm going to block you. All right, here's number 1. Remember, he got 3. His first one is, you a fraud. That's it. That's all. I'm done. Peace. If you are new to my channel, I told you, people who come over here all the time, if you give a troll the spotlight, they fall every time. They've been doing it for the past 10 years I've been on YouTube. You give someone the spotlight, they fucking crumble under the pressure of the show. That's it. You got 2 more tries. I don't want to make any assumptions when you say, that's it. I'm done with a peace sign. Real, you're saying the rules like a straight up game host. That's because it's a game. It's a game to me. Of course, I'm gonna say the rules like a game host. Every time a troll gonna come up, I'm gonna do the same shit. Did y'all notice that I said it in a boring way? Normally I be crump. I was bored because I already know the ending. Okay, here we go. All right, you got 3 tries to do it. They never do it. Oh, nah, you late. Talking about 28 seconds. We down to like 10 seconds now. I'm feeling nice today, so we're not gonna block him. I'm not gonna block you. I promise you, I'm not gonna block you. Queen Common Sense, do you mind blocking this motherfucker? I have found in my recent studies of trolls that if you appear like a dick, that you are in a position of power to get your mods to do your dirty work for you, it embarrasses them more. And since the intent was to come onto my channel to hurt my feelings, I don't care how effective you are. I care about intent. The intent was to hurt my feelings. I'm going to try to hurt their feelings back and block them. Appreciate that. 11 to 5 more seconds. Shout out to Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, man. I think we had higher temperatures than y'all, man. I think the only place, I think Oregon had higher temperatures than here, but we was like at 102, 103 I think we may have gotten to 108 degrees. Shit was crazy, bro. It's called delegating. Yeah, Crystal Bush. I don't mind delegating. Thank you for sharing your perspective this evening, sir. As always, I've learned other viewpoints from you and the chat. Anytime, Kaishan, anytime. All right, I'm going to leave the chat. I'm probably going to play, I'll play some songs. I found one song today I forgot I made. I'm going to look for my second one. I'll play two, and then we'll be out of here. Let me see. Can I find the second one? That would be... I got to do better with my organizations of all my hard drives. I really got to do better. One day, I think I'm going to be playing a song, and y'all going to see some shit I'm going to wish y'all didn't see. Oh, yeah. We are cruising on down to the John Real Stream. Shout out to everybody who contributed tonight, whether we agreed or disagreed. You are all welcome to come back again next time. I actually will take more away from the stream tonight with the people that we disagreed with. And I hope we're moving further and further to show people that you can have opposing viewpoints and still have a nice, logical conversation, because that's what it's all about. Oh, yeah. You know what? Why am I wasting time? Let me play the first song while I look for the second song. So thank you guys for checking in to the chat. It's been real. The first song is a little short one, and it's about me expressing that I completely understand where women are coming from with their frustration. And I think I wrote this song last year. So you mix in COVID with mundane life, the lack of the dating options, these stupid guys. It's called Incomplete. I forgot I made the song. This is the song. And I'll be right back for the second one. One take. Wow.
Oh, look in my eyes. Can you find the lies? Do you feel alive? Look in my eyes. Do you mind the lies? Can you find the lies? Look in my eyes.
Shit's over the shit. Shit's over the bill. No one just hurrying to care. The bottom of middle class, so no one considers the poor. She don't get none of them deals. He tell her he's feeling the vibe. She see the lie in his eyes, like the attention he gives. She hides on a humorous meme, knowing she cute in some jeans. Sorry you feeling complete. Netflix on Saturday nights. Why am I texting this guy? Not even close to my type. A pain in a rotator cuff, but the insurance so much, and she just caught up on stuff. Right when it's income tax check, knowing she needed it then. Teenager need a prom dress. Got over needing a man. Look at the joy in that ass and see a roach on the bed. Scroll down your Facebook again. You see a couple with kids. Assume they happy as shit. The bottle is looking so hot. There is no harm in a shot. All night you're crying out what? Every day feeling the same. Every day feeling mundane. All of a sudden Monday. Didn't even ask your name. Never used Tinder again. He was the only one came. Fighting depression so good. You gon' make it, baby, I told you you would. Cause you got a baby that needs you so much. And I'm not here to lie, no life is so tough. But we gon' fight this back, we won't die from this stuff. So like gon' have to see us, don't like it, so what? So promise you will meet me one night on the bluff. If not, I hope it's because you wife for someone. Because she is so over the shit, she is so over the bill. No one just her and the kid. The bottom of middle class, so no one considers her poor. She don't get none of them deals. He tell her he's feeling the vibe. She see the lie in his eyes, like the attention he gives. She hides on the humorous meme, knowing she cute in some jeans. Sorry, you feeling complete. One take. Wow, one take. That's when you know you write from feelings, man. Asking all security to come to the front of the stage. All security to the front of the stage. Ma'am, get back from the relevance. Ladies, calm down as we bring John Hines back to the stage. Wow. Well, thank you. No, thank you. Wow, I can't believe this right now. Seriously. Let me just say one thing here. No, thank you. I definitely appreciate the welcome back to do my encore. And I know I allow myself to be vulnerable for you all, to make songs that are true and realistic. I feel like I kind of know you in a way. So to show my gratitude for all the lovely ladies in the crowd, I'm going to do something I wrote a couple of years ago, and it's to show you I definitely understand how you feel, especially when you first know that you're in love. So y'all ready? Mic check. Oh yeah. I'm nervous, but not really. I hope that he don't kill me on second thought. I take it back, I want it back, come kill me. I can't believe I got a real man, at least so far, that appears to me, that like my kid, just like his own, more than anything that appeals to me. He's old school, but he's classic. Listens, then interact with my passions. He get me, that boy so sweet, keep me laughing. He done gave up my search, didn't think they knew what a woman's worth. But out the blue, took a chance on you, and I don't gamble what's under this skirt, so come unbutton. I'm less than handshaking, but I'm trusting. Tongues touching, but I'm blushing. I want it slow cause I'm rushing, but part of me just wanna see, would you be the same after all this and that fear in me? Plus Hennessy brings a freak out just a little bit. See my breasts or your breasts, these soft hips or your hips. Don't gotta ask me to go down on you. You see these lips or your lips. My bra matches my bottom. Ain't no more wine in that bottle. Let the neighbors know what your name is, and tomorrow tell them we sorry why we do it. Look at my eyes like you're trying to search to my mind. At the point that my mask climb, could you tell me that baby is mine? Give it to me like I made you mad. Switch it up, go slow then fast, but no such thing as going too hard. So leave a handprint across my ass and say, take this reward for letting your guard down. Don't be afraid of your heart out. I'm going into that noise loud. Where your perfect worship certain. Don't be afraid of the open curtains. I only got you on my mind, so we gon' give a show to whoever lurking. Look, you did well when you chose me. When we done with this is when you gon' see instinct. When I hold you to sleep, it's me. By the door, I protect this whole thing. The king you chose, keep the pose. In so deep, you squeeze your toes. Sleeping all worth the wait, half the cake. But this time, baby girl, I promise you can eat it too. So laughing, next drastic, hand slapping, bad habit of swinging at me, bipolar, cause now you're happy, goddamn it, girl, chill. You overdose on those emotions, blowing smoke when feel provoked, this roller coaster, no more potion, yes I know this, put down that glass and chill.
When I pay attention, say I'm listening. I don't get it. I quote description of the bitches in your story. You dismiss it. I'm really feeling like chill. Come back. You're breaking neck to read my text. That's not my ex. That's not your vet. Did not have sex. You were the best before the stress. Cut the shit, girl. Just chill. You ask for food. I say that's cool. You say what two? I give you two. You tell me ooh. I say you choose. You leave the room. What the fuck I do? Chill. What the fuck is up, the fuck is us. I fucking cuss, you love this stuff. You drop me nuts, then wanna fuck. Sit down on this dick, then chill. Now we ain't a fucking pain. You love it, strangers touch you. Aim to bust and rewarding you was repercussion. How, maybe I should chill. Damn, son. If I don't like what you say, and you don't like what I do, maybe we should just do what we both know we wanna do. Netflix and the chill. Goddamn. Girl, you so fucking crazy. Feisty ass. Sometimes I feel like you do this shit on purpose. You do, don't you? I know it. Damn, you get on my nerves, but I love it. I'd be lying if I said I did. Chill, just chill sometimes, so baby, because